Are the favorites. We here for the latest. South side or the north side. Not tuned to the greatest. Home team for the home teams. Both sides got our own rings. On the mound or the long ball. But we don't put the wrong strings. Yeah. It's that time of the year now. Wrigley or Ganty, so the whole league that we hear now. New show with a new mood. Discussions and interviews. Straight rumors that might be. This is Pinwheels and Knife.
All right. I like to wait now till the 1 minute because we actually have people that watch the show. So it's nice to let people filter in a little bit. We've come a long way, folks. We've come a long way. What's up,
I
crew?
sometimes look back and I remember when YouTube had the G chat or G video or whatever.
Mm-hmm. We've used so many different platforms over the years.
The Skype videos.
The Skype, and we recorded our audio separate and had to send you our audio afterwards.
Yeah. Oh my God, those were sometimes a pain.
All right. So
wait, this is. Oh, wait, have we started yet?
Not yet.
You guys know that today is my 6-year anniversary of being on Pinwheels and Ivy, right?
Ooh,
exactly to the day.
Well, hey, hopefully,
what are we?
Let's do something 2 years in a row.
You're 5 years old, right? We're 5 years old. So 5 years.
So I was gonna say how you sick, but anyways, all right. That's a minute and a half. All right, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? It is Thursday, December 7th, and you have found the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. I am your host, Matt Zawoski, aka Father Zoe, aka Off Season Zoe, and with me, as always, Mr. Aldo Soto.
Last week's show, when we recorded it earlier, it was right before Christmas. I think we ended the show by saying what we were thankful for. Kevin and I were very thankful that the Cubs were looking like they were acting like a big market team, being in on top free agents, Ohtani, Yamamoto. You know, they're going to be after these guys. If not them, they'll go after Soto. I just want to say, everyone listening, little kids out there, maybe. For the parents, maybe have this on the car. For the kids, don't have dreams. Never hope for anything. The bad guy wins. Just nothing matters.
And that's emo Aldo, and also the good Reverend K. Fids.
Hey, yeah. Tonight is a night. We have 5th year. Sorry, Drew. We added a year. It's a dog years apparently. 5th year. Yeah, no, we're me and Aldo. It's been fun. It's been a fun ride. You know, it's so happy to see that the Cubs are a big market team, acting like a big market team. And you know, the last thing that we ever would think of is that the Cubs could get outbid. I don't know, by a Canadian team, for God's sakes, or the Giants or the Angels again, or whoever it is. Jed's cooking though. He's cooking out, and I'm looking forward to some of these 1-year veteran contracts on the way. It's gonna be a blast.
So after all that positivity, that's what we're going to be talking about this week. Winter meetings came and went. Well, they're not done yet. We're right in the middle of the winter meetings, right?
No. Wednesday night, right? It's over. They're flying out already.
Winter meetings came and went.
Erick Fedde, baby. Biggest deal at the winter meeting.
Jerry was the godfather this time. He had the biggest deal.
We'll talk about what went down at the winter meetings. Our takeaways from it, and this another one. It's off-season podcast, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the show, off-season podcast means you don't know what the hell is going to happen, and I think we're very, very good proof of that. We should be the case study of off-season podcasting,
among other case studies of other things, too, obviously. But one of them would be
very much so. But all that, and who the fuck else knows? Let's tap this keg. As always, the show is brought to you by SportsMikery, sportsmikery.com. Make sure you download the app, turn on push notifications so you'll be notified when the Cubs actually do something. SportsMikery, sportsmikery.com, and you'll also be notified that the White Sox have the mystery team for Ohtani. And also brought to you by Uncle Bud's, 9700 South Cicero. For you OG Southsiders, that is where TC's used to be. Great food, good drink specials. There's always something going on. I got something going on every damn night of the week. Karaoke, bingo. I can tell you from experience, recent experience, their slot machines definitely pay out. Uncle Zoe made some loot the other night. Yeah. Uncle Buds, hit him up. All right. So, as we mentioned, it was the winter meetings. I don't know. Can we start with something else, though? I want to start with something else. Baseball needs to fix this shit. This shit's getting really, really, really annoying with this whole drawn out free agencies. I'm not saying Ohtani's is drawn out yet because compared to years past, this is actually kind of pretty quick with them saying that he's going to have a decision by the end of this week. But like, they need to have like, I don't know, maybe like the winter meetings is like the deadline for free agents. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be sitting here waiting until February to find out where some of these guys are going. Like, let's get this going. Let's get this popping. You know, I don't know.
I've been going back and forth with that too, Zoe, because I think it really popped off. When was it? Probably a few years ago, maybe right before the lockout. I think it was that one Machado and Harper offseason where those guys didn't sign until late February. And then we're all like, nothing is happening. And we keep getting the same story. I remember telling my wife the other day, I'm like, it's Monday. You know, they're having their winter meetings. This is when shit's supposed to be happening. Nothing's happening. And she's like, didn't you say the same thing last year? I'm like,
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're kind of right. Yeah, it just happens every year now. However, when you think to the NBA and NFL, like everything happens that first like midnight day, like all the big names sign, and then nothing really happened. And then it's over. At least with baseball, you know, we got a couple signings in November, a couple little things here the first week of December. Obviously, guys are going to sign. But it's this part because it never seems like there's a big rush of teams signing, and it's like, man, why? What are the point of these meetings?
I feel like
they're deciding rules. Like they're drinking whiskey and they're hanging out in Nashville for like fucking 3 days is what they're doing. I heard that there was a rager on Sunday night. I did hear that there was like some gentlemen got together that got there a little early. Not major ups, but there were members of teams that definitely enjoyed Nashville Sunday night. So that sounds like a blast if you don't ask me. I actually thought though that
Jed definitely pissed in the bushes.
Jed, man, I got Ninja around right now. He's hanging out over at the I don't know, but I figured the Patterson House there in Nashville would be a great place for them because it's a place that literally has a no phone rule. You have to literally, so like, what a great place for these people to all meet up and like, you know, private, dark, excellent cocktails, they have little good mini donuts, and it's like a really nice, but there's a no contact to other tables. You stay with your group. They literally curtain you off. Like, it's great private, and it's like outside of the town, so it's off the main drag. It's not like right in the middle of everything. So like, I thought that would be a great place for like some secret agent meetings, but it turns out that everybody was apparently too hungover, or they're just, you know, going to the Grand Ole Opry to make any deals.
So here's my proposed solution. That's the one I was looking for. So you make the winter meetings the free agent deadline, but you push it back. So it's not the first week of December. Okay. So you get a little bit more of a cushion. Because I understand in this day and age, all professional sports are 365. The way that they're set up. Like, especially the NFL. It's fucking football season all year. Like, shit happens. NBA shit happens. Like, and I get baseball's trying to compete with that, but if anything, this makes me like get upset about being a baseball fan. It's just sitting here waiting. And then Shohei doing this whole secretive free agent thing. You know, some people are getting a little butthurt about that. I see both sides of the coin there. I respect Shohei for being like, I don't want to be this big LeBron James spectacle, but I also respect the fact that fucking reporters got to do a job, man. You know, like
I think I have the perfect solution, and they kind of already do this. I don't really know exactly why, but like if you think about it, like the big Japanese free agents, they get posted by their teams, right? And then they either have a 30-day window or a 45-day window. And it's like, you need to get an MLB deal by then. And if not, well, you're going back, you're staying in Japan, I guess. Why do that with like free agents? If you want to do it, if you want to do like the cutoff of, if you want to give the guys who've been in the league, you know, like 10 years or something, and you give those guys a longer period to negotiate, all right, do that. But like, you're already doing it with some of these star free agents. Why don't you start to impose that timeline for others?
Yeah, but think about the chaos that's going to cause. Because if, say, we do it like December 1st or whatever, what do you think the bullshit's going to be media-wise going up to that anyway? Rumors and bullshit anyway. Like, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah. It does, though, Fitz. It changes.
I'm not finished. Let me finish. The only thing it changes is that you know what window to watch as a fan. That's it. But you're going to still be dealing with the same media bullshit. All you're doing is just basically forcing people to make rash decisions last minute because they're forced under a time frame. And I just don't think the way the baseball works, especially because you can pick up any guy at any point, any time, or random Tuesday in May.
Right.
I don't like that. I don't like how some leagues have like things where you've got limitations on how you can operate. If some dude wants to sit out spring training because he just wants to sign and kind of skip out some of that stuff, so be it too. Like obviously it's a red flag, but these guys, again, it's the same thing about getting pissed about Shohei. Look, it's his free agency. He's going to do it however the fuck he wants to do it. It's his to do. He's earned the right to do it. Nobody else has. So everybody that's pissed is pissed because they don't have content. Go do a profile on a mid-level middle reliever that does charity work in the offseason. These guys aren't explaining that they're only focused on the superstars. Tell the story of the whole game of baseball, for God's sakes. Go tell us about some kid that's worked his ass off, working 3 jobs, and somehow
we do have a Juan Soto update. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, from Martino, right? You saw the same thing where it says it seems a little more be patient, but at the same time.
The Juan Soto deal has been done for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Depending on whose Twitter you've been following.
But
I was under the impression it was done last night.
And the latest from Andy Martino, who's been like he was one of the first guys who had like all the prospects going. And he tweeted ago, 5 minutes ago, I'm hearing cautious optimism that issues can be worked out and Juan Soto Yankees will proceed. A lot of work has gone into this from both sides. It was supposed to get done many hours ago, but it does not sound dead. And then somebody replied, please tell me there's no chance it could be dead. And this is just the greatest reply. Andy Martino replies, I mean, there's a chance any of us could be dead at any moment.
Jesus.
Well, that's troll ass. That's dude. Like this is all Padres. It sounds like it's all Padres. It sounds like the deal got put together, and now the Padres see all the media pressure. Think about Aaron Judge. Think about all the shit that's happened over the last couple of years. Think about how the Padres are the ones that actually. Who did the Padres get fucked over by?
It was from the Marlins. I think they were supposed to get Gallon or somebody.
Well, who were they supposed to sign? Weren't they signing someone last year? And then they.
No, this was. I remember a few years ago there was a medical issue. I think it might have been with Gallon or Turner. I forget who it was. But I know I started the show very negative. But how about this optimism, Cubs fans? The Padres, maybe there were quote unquote snags in medicals.
Sure.
But what if a team called them up last minute and we're like, whoa. What about?
I'm going to let you have that. So go ahead and have that. But
what about Jordan Wicks?
Padres have done this before. They were going to get Scherzer, remember? And then they started fucking dicking around.
It was Scherzer. It was 100%
at the last minute and get bigger prospects, and they lost Scherzer. So this is what's going to – I mean, they're not going to lose this one because it's Soto. They're the winner in this one. But they're the ones selling. But they've known they've got a shenanigan pattern behavior a little bit.
Shenanigans.
But
back real quick, Fitz, to your point about how these guys should go do exposés on the mid-level guy. I get what you're saying. I appreciate that. And as a big baseball fan, I'd probably peruse some of those. But this business. You're based on your clicks and your traffic.
Yeah, we're not growing the game. So let's complain about growing the game by making changes, by not doing the actual stuff that grows the game, which is giving coverage of the entire scope of the game to show people how beautiful the nuance is. That's the problem. Media needs
how much more people. You know how much more people would pay attention though if free agency didn't take 4 months, if there was a certain period.
Yeah, but then you also, what are they going to do then in the other time? What are you going to do besides that?
I don't know. You could just start tearing this shit for all I care, but I'm just saying, like the way that you just have to.
Though. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, these guys, we're complaining because our teams are seemingly in the mix.
I'm not complaining about shit. My team ain't doing shit.
You got Fedde, bitch.
You guys signed somebody. Come on.
You guys got
a dude named. I got a KP MVP and a hope for Whit Merrifield.
He's got a sleeper now. That shit moves.
I'm actually kind of excited about Fedde. We're going to talk about that in a minute. I do think you can do
hey, December 1st, free agency, boom, let's go. And then cutoff is February 1. I think that's a fair. And then after that is when you can sign the guys the veteran deals, the 1 year. stuff like that. I think you can do something like that. Am I like vouching for like I'm like MLB needs to do this? No, but like if there's something that could be done, I think that's maybe a solution. Maybe.
I don't know.
There's got to be something. There's got to be something better.
I don't know. I like the drawn out part of it. It's just it makes it the whole off season a mystery, and it makes every day possibly that day. And I know everybody's impatient because they want results, but it means nothing. Signing a player in baseball is not the same as signing a player in basketball or football when they need to be in the locker room and need to be in the film room learning the offensive schemes. Baseball, you show up and you hit and you play because everything is played the same way at every level. So it's not the same. Like, and the reason why the other leagues have these deadlines is because they need these guys to get in there and learn all of these different schemes. You don't have playbooks. It's just show up and hit, show up and pick it, field your spot. Most individualistic team sport there is. So, I mean, that's the other part. I mean, I think we're spoiled by the NFL and the NBA and how they have these deadlines. But the fact is, it's because they actually need to giddy up people into the process of getting ready for the season. They know the product will be really bad if these guys are showing up the day before opening day and joining a basketball team. What the hell are they going to do? So baseball, you could roll it. You could literally sign that morning of opening day, put on a uniform and go out and play high level baseball. It doesn't matter. Like, that's the one thing that. So I think sometimes the speed of which, and everyone wants instant results these days. No one likes the long game. Let's shorten up baseball. Let's shorten up all this stuff. Fucking hey, like, how about we do some stuff that actually instills a little patience in society and let us just.
It ain't gonna work.
I also think.
God damn it! No.
I also think the major reason that this. I mean, I know everyone's blaming Ohtani, but that's unfair. It's like, I mean,
that's unfair. I agree with that. That's unfair.
But the other part of that is, and we've talked about it, several times, and we looked at the list in October. The free agent market, especially hitters, is awful. That's why there's no rush to sign guys to like huge deals right now, because they can wait them out. It's Shohei Ohtani, Cody Bellinger, and then
yeah, and that's
Reese Hoskett right now. Yeah, you get the White Royals in town.
And that's the thing. Everyone is waiting to pivot. But the pivot, here's the thing too. God, this is so you can do multiple things at once to set up and get your chess pieces in a row, no matter what decision comes. And that's the thing about this is, the winter meetings. I know everyone was expecting less. There isn't a great deal of superstar free agents in the first place. When there is, like last year, you're going to get boom, 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 some big deals coming through a lot of times. But the free agent market isn't. You can't make an orange and apple all of a sudden. The free agent class is literally 3 dudes, and that's it. And so everything else is just mid-level guys, Hoskins is great. Chapman's all right, but those guys aren't Bellinger, Shohei, and Yamamoto or whatever. So right. You've got those 3 and then everything else. So there's not a lot there in the first place. So, I mean, in a weird way, this kind of stretches it. You're getting 12 slices out of this pizza instead of just 6, I think, too. So they're getting some bonus time. If Shohei signed like 3 days ago, what else? What are we going to talk about?
If Shohei signed 3 days ago, that's the big domino that falls, and it opens the floodgates for way more deals. There's a lot of people.
A bunch of mid-veteran contracts that nobody gives a shit about. Like there's the free agent excitement.
You can't just say you want to see stories about mid-level guys making their struggles to make their way up, and then say no one gives a shit about mid-level free agents.
Well, they're not free. They're not big-time free agents. So yeah, they're not going to get the same static and traction. But by teaching someone how special someone is by telling their story, that's different. But that's the
story of these mid-level guys that worked their ass off to get this next contract.
Absolutely. They can still be doing it. Why are they waiting now? Why do they got to wait till Shohei drops that to have that story done?
Because all these teams have these fucking delusions that they're going to be in on Shohei Ohtani. And there's a lot of people holding up their money.
I'll say this, guys. Honestly, I know the big stuff right now. I mean, it looks like the Cubs are out on Ohtani, probably out on Yamamoto. That's obviously disappointing. But to me, the most disappointing thing of this week is that we have like hundreds and hundreds of reporters down in Nashville, and not one single guy or woman, whatever, took out their phone and recorded Jed Hoyer chewing out Bob Nightingale. Not a single person. What the hell? I want that video.
Shit. Someone has it. Someone has to have it. Someone has it.
It just reminded me. Did we get the annual State of the Scott speech though?
I think no one cared this year because all he has is Bellinger.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Am I just reading this right? That Bryce Harper is this parody? Bryce Harper wants to discuss a contract extension already.
Check the
Oh,
account.
I saw that to end his.
Did you guys see the big picture that's
end his-
floating around? The Ohtani sitting courtside
There he
at
is.
the Lakers game last night.
He was?
Yeah, he was sitting next to Flea, the bassist from Red Hot Chili Peppers, sitting
Okay.
courtside at the Lakers game last night. Nathan, you're the
Nathan,
fucking man, dude. We
big
love you,
supporter,
Nathan.
day one guy.
Nathan with the super chat. Although previous World Series 25 plus game a year fan for 5 years, no games last year. Should I reconsider and buy tickets for 2024? Oh, White Sox 25 game ticket. So I'm gonna chime in. I know you asked Aldo, but as the White Sox fan here, I'm gonna chime in. Nathan, do what makes you happy.
Oh.
Does going to White Sox games make you happy, dude? Then fucking buy your tickets, man.
I'll second
Go to
that.
White
I'll
Sox
second
games.
that. That's good advice.
Because
Do what makes you
we
happy,
had
Nathan.
I had a long talk with someone about this. All right, so the way that I look at it, and I get it, and I think I brought it up on the show before, though, when people are like, I can't believe you still go to the game and support that shit and blah, 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 blah. My kid will never be this age again. I will never have the opportunity to bring my kid to a baseball game, to teach him the game and to show him things at this age ever again. And do you think I'm going to let these fucking incompetent assholes take that away from me? Hell no. So I'm going to take my kid to baseball games. I'm going to take him to the game. I'm going to support the team, I guess, by buying shit.
I mean, you can
just
teach
what
them
it
how to
is.
scout bad players. That's
Yeah, I mean,
learning
shit.
lesson.
It'll be empty, so it'll be easier to take care of them and get shit. And,
Hey, you know what? Less people, less distraction. Teach them the game. Teach them how to keep score.
yeah.
Play
Oh,
each
he's definitely going to learn how.
Show them how every
he's-
position is supposed to be played.
And he's going to be, and like you said,
Yep.
it's going to be fewer people. He's going to hear everything. So maybe you're going to have to explain things a couple years before you want
I
to.
learned a
But
lot of my vocabulary. A lot of my vocabulary came from going to Blackhawks game in the empty ass Chicago stadium when they sucked. This one guy behind me, it's one of those weird memories I'll never forget. I was a little kid, but they were playing the Penguins and this guy hated Jaromir Jagr. And he called him every name in the book. Oh, I remember getting in the car and being like, Dad, what's a motherfucking cocksucker? And he was just like, okay.
That umpire down there, that's who.
Yeah, we're not gonna tell your mom you heard all those words. So yeah, sorry.
You come
Mom,
home, you're like,
watch.
oh, we went to a chicken coop. What do you mean?
Yeah,
You'll see.
the
He comes,
guy-
he's like,
yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, oh, little Joe.
But no, I'm still gonna take him. And I mean, although please, Nathan directed that question at you, so please go for it.
no, like I said, I second that. And like I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago. We were talking about the angst of the White Sox fans are going through right now, and like
Mhm.
believing or not believing, giving Chris Getz, not giving him the benefit
Right.
of the doubt. Just all the anger that's out there. I think we talk
Oh,
about
it's
in other chats.
very
I think some of
justified.
it is very justifiable, but like
Yes.
maybe sometimes it's over the top. But like you said, Zoe, do you treat your fandom however is good for you. If you think that you're not
Yes.
going to be enjoying your time there because you're expecting to show up and you want to see a winner and like that's not the product that you're going to get, maybe don't. But if you're going out there for other, hanging out, obviously you see friends out there.
Mhm.
Maybe the result that day isn't at the top of your list. Then get the tickets. Have some fun with the family.
Nathan, I don't want to blow up your spot, but I know it's not difficult for you to make your way to the stadium. So this is like if it's not an inconvenience, if it's not like a whole big deal to get to the games, if it still makes you happy, there's so much bullshit in this world right now. Do what makes you happy.
Which means
That makes you
probably buying a
happy.
25 game ticket package and every single one of those 25 going up to My Sox Summer, hugging him, but going in for a handshake for Beef Loaf, and instead of giving him a handshake, dropping to one knee and punching him right in the junk. 25 games in a row. That's worth it right there.
That'd actually be really funny. But thank you, Nathan. As always, we really appreciate it.
Long time listener supporter.
And this is a good segue into something else that came out of the winter meetings. As we all know, they were being hosted in Nashville. Everybody was in Nashville. There's been rumors before this about a potential White Sox move to Nashville. And then, of course, Jerry Reinsdorf standing on. Did you guys see that picture? That was the ugliest, yellowest carpet I've ever seen in my. It was distracting. I couldn't. It was like I don't know. But he was down there in Nashville, and he met with the mayor. It's been confirmed by like 20 people. Aldo, can you confirm that people confirmed it?
I will. Oh, I just started doing that again. I can't confirm
Yeah.
the confirmations.
All right, thank you.
Wait,
Wait.
confirmed again.
Oh, very well. Good job. Well
oh,
done.
your audio. I think both your audio just got really.
Oh, wait,
weird
wait,
for me,
wait.
I think that's
Wait,
a
wait.
problem.
Confirmed.
Yeah. And so people are taking it a couple ways. You would think
Littering in.
that more
littering
people would
in.
be more people would be freaking out about it, but I think at this point, White Sox fans are just so sick of this bullshit that everyone's just like, all right.
Well, no, it's obviously. I mean,
mean-
I wasn't even born yet when that first happened. Back when he was starting to move to Florida.
Florida.
But he was like, Jerry has too much of an ego that he has to puff out the chest and be like, ha, guys, that was a fake threat. I was just trying to get a new stadium. Like tells the media back in the 90s. So everybody knows the playbook by now. Well, like there's a reason that this story was planted out. Jerry Reinsdorf told that political reporter immediately, like, hey, meeting with the mayor. Can you get this out in the morning? Thanks.
And she's written like puff pieces about him in the past. Like that's his girl.
And
Well, like, that's the thing.
don't you think too, like what happened with the Oakland Athletics, excuse me, Vegas Athletics, is a wake-up call to some of these owners now, though, where, I mean, look, here's the funny part. Okay, the White Sox have been in Chicago for 100+ years, blah, blah, blah. A little different, especially. People forget the Athletics they were literally in Philly for like 50 years, too. They've moved 3 times. It's not like, it's literally their pattern. This is not the first time they've done it. So they're kind of, the Athletics, it's almost like every 50 years it's time to move on. White Sox, I don't think, I think that it's a threat that I think that some of these owners, I think, what is it going on? Isn't it going on Milwaukee, too? They're threatening to move out of Milwaukee or whatever,
they got their money now.
It's like, okay, but it helps push things. So I think in a weird way, Oakland's taking one for the team for the rest of baseball to get these owners to get back in line, because these cities are going to start going, well, shit, we might lose them like Oakland did if we don't do something. Looks like it worked in Milwaukee. I don't think it's going to, I think that it's going to work in Atlanta, didn't it? Didn't work. No, Atlanta didn't threaten that. They just got the money, didn't they?
But in terms of the fan base and like getting the reaction out of them, like you said, so everyone's like, all right, fuck you, Jerry. Like, we know you're not moving. Jerry Reinsdorf just forgot the internet exists, and we can all read his quotes from the last time he tried to do this.
Like,
Bennett, our good
deal
Twitter friend, White Sox Twitter member, Bennett, he tweeted out something that I think sums it up perfect for me. The thing Jerry Reinsdorf doesn't realize is he's playing chicken with a fan base who would love to be hit by the car. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, it is what it is at this point. But the other thing I want to bring up, because I've been seeing some of the fallout, people aren't really even worried too much about like the actual them moving. Now the talk was like, if the White Sox did move, would you become a Cubs fan? Would you stay as a White Sox fan? Would you pick another team? And like, I'm seeing all these people, and it's initiating something that drives me fucking crazy. I guess it kind of goes back to what we were just talking to Nathan about. How there's no way you could be a fan of this if this happened. If the White Sox leave, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be like internet shamed into something like, oh, that's right, user 4278289B. You're right. I should not be a Cubs fan, because that would be bad. I probably wouldn't be a Cubs fan. I think that'd be a little dramatic. I don't know if I could follow the White Sox to Nashville. That'd be tough. But again, I don't know. I'm talking about something that probably won't even happen. So I'm not even going to sweat it too much. But
I was thinking to their side, because I agree with you. I think we were joking about the Nashville White Royals. I think it was like a couple months ago, when we had Herb Lawrence on from CHGO. He's made the same point today when that story came out with Reinsdorf and the meeting with the Nashville mayor. And he's like, yeah, he's like, he'd be stupid. He's not going to go to a town that has 8 times fewer the people. It doesn't matter that he's going to get 100% of that market. He's going to lose a whole bunch of revenue moving to that market. So Jerry isn't dumb, but I do wonder for the younger fans now, people that are maybe not even in their teens yet, but getting there, middle school, maybe. It is a lot. I know we bitch about the blackouts for MLB, and that does suck. But it does make it with social media and the internet, it's a lot easier to follow whoever you want all over the
Yeah.
country.
Very easy.
Like there's not this like grown in loyalty
No.
anymore, especially when you're talking about the White Sox, who again, this isn't me
I'm
ragging on them, but like they haven't been a winning team in almost 2 decades. Like they
Right.
haven't won anything. And you just
this.
kind of have this new like young fans who are into the game. And if they're in
Mhm.
Chicago and if they're not Cubs fans, but like it's not like the White Sox are grabbing them right now either.
No.
They don't have to go to the White Sox.
Yeah, you got to find a way to really wrap in those LeBron, Yankees, Cowboys fans.
I will say this season,
Like
I
those
definitely
are Shohei
watched-
fans.
yeah. I definitely watched more White Sox games than anything. That's, I mean, far and away. But
Well, besides
watched
Nightmare Before Christmas.
well, Jesus Christ, every fucking day. Watch Halloween.
Get the great.
I watched a lot of Diamondback games this season because one, they were always on like right after the kid went to sleep. You know what I mean? Because the West Coast, so it was a little bit later. But like they were a fun team to watch all season. And I was like, okay, I like watching these games. I gambled on it, but I was like, it was cool. And I don't know, man, this whole thing, it's more annoying to me than anything, but I just really fucking, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way when people are like, how dare you be a fan of this? Well, fuck yourself. Be a fan of whatever the fuck I want to be a fan of.
Well, because you have back and forth. You have like the reverse gatekeepers and the regular gatekeepers, right? You have one group that tells you how you're supposed to fan as a fan. Then you have the ones that judge you as a non-fan. It's like you're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't, and that's the best part, you know. Like I mean, you do the gatekeepers for teams are just as bad. Look, we're all good with like no wave. I agree, that's fine. But like some of this shit's like off the charts. Like I'm sorry, if I'm going to a ball game, I'm gonna wear the jersey of my favorite player or team or whatever, and I don't give a two shits where I'm at. I'm not sitting here like trying to rub my nose in something, but I might be the only baseball jersey I have, and I'm not going to wear a fucking concert tee to a baseball game. Sorry, like people get mad that you wear jerseys or I wore a cup. You know, when I went to the game with you, I wore neutral shit. I wore Pinwheels and Ivy shirt, and I wore I actually did wear a Cub hat. I think it was
if you would have wore a Cubs jersey to a White Sox Royals game, I would have given you shit.
Well, yeah, blue on blue. Yeah, absolutely. But I wouldn't have.
It drives me nuts when someone wears like a Blue Jays jersey to like a White Sox Twins game.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Gatekeeper.
I'm saying. I
don't tell them. It's a pet peeve of mine.
When I go to these Las Vegas athletic games, I'm not fucking wearing. I'm wearing a Cubs hat. I'm wearing a Cubs jersey. I don't give a shit. Like,
a hat is different than a jersey.
I mean, I'm gonna be the only one there anyway. But
I know. But wearing a hat is a different, because as a guy that wears a lot of different hats, I've like I've not even realized it, but I've gone to a Sox game actually like 2-3 years ago. I went to a Sox game wearing a Braves hat, and I took a picture with the 108 guys. I tweeted it out or whatever. 20 comments. Why are you wearing a fucking Braves hat? Christ,
you know what though, too, in sports fandom, there are some dudes and fans, not dudes, just fans in general, where literally 95% of their entire wardrobe is for their favorite sports team. The other 5% is for funerals. And so you have like
annoying.
when these people have to go to a game, they go to the closet and it's like what's for dinner tonight? Chicken or chicken? Like it's the same thing. Like they've got nothing to choose from. They don't have anything else. So I mean, of course they're going to wear it. Again, you know, the gatekeeping it makes it fun. It's fun to rag too. But there's also like the reverse gatekeepers, right? Too, the ones that tell you like how you're not allowed to fan in that sense. Like you can't like blankety blank because blankety blank. Whatever, you know. Again, too many rules. Huh?
I said yakety sax.
Like
you said blankety blank. It sounded like yakety sax.
Don't talk back.
So one other thing that did not happen. There's a lot of things that did not happen at the winter meetings.
Signings.
Anything.
So Dylan Cease getting traded was a hot topic, and we had Jordan Lazowski on last week. Is that last week?
Yep.
Yeah.
It seems so long.
7 days ago.
It's been a long week.
Been a
talking about
week.
potential whatever trade spots, and then we did see it pick up some steam, and you know, there was tweets about how the White Sox have a very steep asking price because of the 2 years of control. You know, everybody who knew anything has been talking about that. And then earlier today, probably about 2 hours ago, John Heyman tweeted out, rivals are suggesting the White Sox are, quote, pulling back on Dylan Cease trade talks. What they're likely doing is to see who misses out on the coveted Japanese star Yamamoto, still thought to be a good chance Cease is dealt. That makes sense to me. Now that goes to what you're saying, Fids, why there shouldn't be this pressure, because now the White Sox can sit there and be like, all right, you didn't get that guy. We got a guy, but it's going to cost you. I think this is a good play from the White Sox. I think this is going to get them the maximum return on Cease. I still think it's going to be Baltimore.
From the Reds?
We got some names, which if they would have got that from the Reds.
By the way, looking at that, and remember the debate, are they going to get one or two?
Guys, this is totally not spam. I'm going to do this once, sending $5,000 to the first 6 people to hit me up with Lucky Me, because I feel some people are going through some difficulties. Y'all stay blessed.
Well, you know what?
Should do that right now.
If you head on over and you go onto YouTube and you super chat us $1,000, we'll return the $5,000. So do that.
There you go. Do that, BitBoy Douglas.
BitBoy Douglas, super chat us 1,000, and we'll bring you back 5,000.
I miss when we had porn.
I miss the Russian porn bots too.
The big debate that we've been having is are the White Sox going to get 1 or 2 top 100 prospects? Now
I'm thinking 2.
Well,
after this week,
what I got from this was the White Sox were asking for those 4 prospects. The Reds are like, that's too much, and obviously negotiations. There was only 1 top 100 prospect there.
There was, but I really liked that package that they had.
It was a nice package. Nice pack. We all love nice packages.
It would have helped out a lot of things for the White Sox, because it was a mix of pitchers and good hitters, and
Where is that tweet? Where are the? Oh, it's from Bruce.
Bruce
Levine. Man, Bruce Levine looks rough some days. All days right now.
He's 100 years old.
His tweets look worse, though. That's the hard part.
All right, here we go.
He look like shit. His tweets are even look worse than his physically. Like
Bruce Levine. Good morning.
Good for
the asking price for Sox pitcher Dylan Cease is very high and should be for 2 years control, $8 million contract. The Reds were asked for 4 top prospects, including right-handed pitcher Rhett Lauder, right-handed pitcher Chase Petty, and then the number 9 and number 11 prospects. I'm assuming he's using the MLB pipeline top 100. And I think Future Sox got those names.
They pulled it up. It's a Future Sox tweet.
And then those for the Reds, their number. Let's see. Stall.
I'm gonna do this one, sending $5,000 to the first 6 people to hit me up with Lucky Me, as I feel some people are going through some difficulties.
All right, here we go.
Y'all stay blessed.
And then, according to MLB Pipeline, their top 30 prospects for the Reds, number 9 is second baseman Carlos Jorge. 2 first names, dangerous.
Jorge.
And then shortstop Sammy Stafura. Ooh, that's exciting. 20 years old and 19 years old, young guys.
Good question in the comments from our boy Drew. Who is winning the free agent contest?
I will do an update on Friday.
What did we have? What were they again? I don't even remember now.
It was just one player signed, so I mean, it's
we got 7 of the top 50.
Listeners did it right. That's right.
The listeners.
I didn't do it.
A couple. I will say, I was looking at it right after Sonny Gray signed. A couple of guys, a couple of people got a lot of points on the Sonny Gray signing.
Who got the Fedde? That was a good bingo.
Not top 50.
Nobody had Fedde. Nobody had Fedde. Hey,
who's my Fedde?
Let's talk about your boy, Fids.
My Fedde.
So, the White Sox actually had the biggest signing of the winter meetings.
Fedde is my
signing Erick Fedde. What do they give him? 2 years, 15 mil. 15 million. He's 6'4", 200 pounds. He's a big right-handed arm. Struggled a little bit in the major leagues for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
Just a little.
And definitely took his talents over to the KBO. where he might have picked up a thing or two because he is the reigning KBO MVP right now. There was a tweet. Now I gotta find that shit. We came very prepared for this show, folks.
Was it the war
I can
tweet?
No, I can find this one real quick from Brian Bannister.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So Brian Bannister, senior pitching advisor for the White Sox, quote. It's funny as fuck because he quote tweeted Sox fan Mike, which I just thought was
these
really
guys. I'm
funny.
telling you, man. All these guys are on
definitely
Twitter.
see Twitter. Yep. So for content here, Mike, everybody knows who Mike is. Mike tweeted out, on one hand, he was horrible for the Nationals for several years, but then he went to Korea and won their equivalent of the MVP and Cy Young last season. This signing is fascinating to me. So Bannister, again, senior pitching advisor for the White Sox, quote tweeted and said, 1, Fedde works out in the same facility as Logan Webb in the offseason. 2, he added the same sweeper plus split change to his arsenal as Webb. He did not use these pitches in Washington. And number 3, Ethan Katz and I were both with Webb when these adjustments were made. I wasn't all right. So when they did the Fedde signing, I was like, okay, it's a guy. They need arms. It's not a terrible thing, okay. But then I read that, and I watched his KBO highlight reel and saw said pitches in action. White Sox might have did something here. I mean, nothing crazy. I'm not talking like Cy Young like crazy, but I'm just saying
no, it's a low risk move here though. It's a low risk move. It really it's a lightning in a little lightning in a bottle in a more extended sense, but it sounds like I don't know. I'll let you go first and I'll fill you in on my Fedde stuff, obviously, because we have history. So
yeah, he's from Vegas, just so people know. That's
known him since high school.
Fitz knows the kid, but no, and I'm with you, Fitz. It seems like a very much of a low risk. I mean, 2 years, $15 million for a starter right now. That's chump change, and so it's very much like a prove it thing. Aldo pointed out to me that there's been other pitchers that have struggled in Major League Baseball that have gone over to the KBO, figured some shit out, especially with movement. I don't know what they do over there, but they know how to create movement, spin rate on that ball, and they come back and have pretty decent major league careers. And for a White Sox team that's trying to fill a rotation, and that's with or without Cease, because Cease is pretty much as good as dealt, everyone. But why not? You know what I mean? What's the worst that can happen? He sucks. Okay. Well, you got about 50 guys in the minor leagues that you can replace him with, but
I know we've been talking about Chris Getz and what to make of him, what kind of moves he's making. I put it in the chat after the signing. I think it's a great move. It's a low risk, high reward guy. If he does work out, obviously you're not expecting the team to compete, but you can trade him if he does work out. And if he's good, you're competing. Okay, he's good for you. Then you got him for 2 years, relatively cheap, $7.5 million. We all know the sweeper craze that went around last year or this past season.
Not a big fan of the sweepers, but I like the split change.
That's the thing though. It's the sweeper that was the big thing for him. I will say it was, and there's been I think I mentioned to you Nick Martinez, who was with the Padres. And I think he signed with the Reds too. There's another. Miles Michaelis. I remember Miles Michaelis when he came over. I wanted the Cubs to sign him back in 2018.
Sports Genius 38 put in our comments. Miro Kelly of the D-backs pitched over there too.
There you go. Yeah, there's been a few guys, and obviously it's successful. I like it's creative. This is what you need for the Sox. You just need arms at this point. You need at the very least you need guys who are going to go out there, and they're going to go out every fifth day. And that's Erick Fedde. If
Reinsdorf is going to handcuff you in your spending, you need to be frugal. You need to be creative. And this is how you do it. And real quick, although I know, but a little bit of a breaking news. Eduardo Rodriguez, who was on the Detroit Tigers, and the Diamondbacks have had advanced discussions about a multi-year contract. A deal is not finalized, but the NL champions are among the finalists to sign him. If he goes to the Diamondbacks, you can cross Cease off that trade off.
That would be a good move for the D-backs.
It'd be a very good move for the Diamondbacks.
The only thing I was
sorry,
going to
go ahead.
add was I forgot who Beefloaf reposted, retweeted, whatever it is on Twitter now. The big difference that Chris Getz has to show, and like you said, you're with an ownership that's not going to spend a lot. So what do you have to do in free agency? You have to hit on these low-end flyer contract guys. And this is one of the first case studies here for Chris Getz. These are the type of moves that he has to hit on frequently for them to succeed.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, Fids.
All right.
No, break them down.
No, I got you. Sorry about that. I heard you were hitting puberty. Next, you'll have a beard and some underarm hair. Dude, Fedde's nails, man. Sox fans are gonna love him. The sweeper and growing with his pitch selection and his arsenal. The dude was able to, for a long period of time, have a lot of success with
I like
a minimal amount of secondary pitches. But the guy, I mean, look at some of the things about it. He's a world champion. He has a ring. Okay. You tell me how many guys in that locker room have a damn ring. He does. He's celebrated. He's been in the parade. He was there with the Nats. He comes out of a good pedigree. He's coming out of Las Vegas High School. My buddy Sam Thomas, great dude, one of my favorite guys in town. Sam's been here coaching in this city for damn near 40 years now. Sam was with Green Valley High School back in the 90s and the late 80s when they were winning, state championship after state championship under Fairless. He went off to Vegas High School. One of the funniest motherfuckers ever. I think he has 3 testicles, no joke. But he he's a coach at a hard-nosed high school. Same high school Bryce Harper went to. Bryce was, nice package. I think Bryce was a year older or maybe 2 years older. I can't remember because Bryce obviously he left a year early. So, but Fedde, I think, graduated in like 11 or 12, I think. I want to say went to UNLV. So he played for Sam at Vegas. One of my, I love Sam. And then he went to UNLV. And at UNLV, he played for my mentor. There are 2 people in my life that are my coaching mentors that I am not who I am without them. One is obviously Coach Witt from Silverado, who I finally got a chance to coach with before the shutdown and everything, and he retired. But the one that got me into coaching as well, the guy that made phone calls for me, got me my first coaching job at Bonanza, where I was able to, take the time and have meet some of my best friends and coach players like KB and Shreve and all them. It was Coach Chambers, and Coach Chambers was at UNLV. Coach Chambers was also Bryce's junior college coach back in 2010. But he went to UNLV, became UNLV's head coach. One of the best dudes in the entire, seriously, Chaney is it. Chasen's college coach too. He'll tell you the same thing. And so Fedde played for him. He's come through the dude has been taught the game. He's a competitor. He is a Ginger Ninja. So I know Bruja and Luca love him. But he's just the kind of the guy that goes out there and he's not a quitter. He's not a shit attitude. He's a gamer. He might the only attitude you're going to get from him is if you get on his bad side, he has a chip on his shoulder when you make it, when you cause it, but he's not someone that's going to start something. He plays the game hard. And to be honest too, from what I'm told, he's fucking hilarious. So there's another thing in there is that he's a really funny ass dude. So he's been around forever. Again, I feel like it dates back to like 2009, 2010. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly when he was first popping up, but I mean, with Vegas and, Sam being an integral as part of, we played them all the time, scrimmages and even the summer, just fucking around. So these kids have been around, and Fedde was one of those kids that was a real big deal when he came out of Vegas because he was a homegrown kid. And he also was drafted by the Nats. So it was, Bryce and him both. And so it was really interesting. And so I think the White Sox fans are going to like him. I think the addition of these secondary pitches are going to benefit him. It takes time. And I think some, with pitchers, especially, you can't say, he had a couple good seasons over there with the Nats, or he had a couple good stretches as well. And so you think if this guy can just kind of get that light turned on, he could be a good back end of the rotation guy, maybe mid rotation guy. He's not going to be your ace, obviously, but this is a guy that in a good successful season is going to go out there and give you 30 starts and keep you in the ball game. And that's with the new pitch, maybe better.
Let's talk about 30 starts because I didn't look at these until right now. Did you guys look at his KBO stats?
That's why he won MVP, though. Yeah, MVP as a pitcher.
But listen to this, dude. He started 30 games. 21 out of the 30 were quality starts. He had a 2 ERA. He had a .95 whip. He was 20 and 6. He threw 209 strikeouts and only walked 35 guys.
Now, to that point, though, I do have to say, KBO and the MP, I forget the initials for the Japanese league. Those guys are a lot more. There's a lot of Nick Madrigals in Japan and Korea who are going to swing at everything.
I was saying, in 180 at a third innings pitch, he only gave up 9 homers too.
Yeah, I mean,
209 strikeouts to 35 walks. Can we talk about this ratio? That's insane.
I know it's great. Yeah, no, that's why if the new pitches are legit, maybe you got something like you said.
Did you look at his? So I'm looking at like the game logs. When he's bad, he's bad.
Sounds like Dylan Cease.
So like he lost this game. He pitched 3 innings and gave up. No, that can't be right. 7 earned runs. Yeah, it says ERA. Yeah, 7 earned runs, no home runs, 7 earned runs on 8 hits with 3 strikeouts. So that's an ERA of 21.
No problems with Paul DeJong at shortstop. He's going to scoop up every ground ball.
Yep. He is a ground ball pitcher. In the major leagues, he'll be a ground ball pitcher.
Here's your consistency too, guys. 2022, obviously, he only threw 1 inning. But in 2023, 30 games, 30 starts. 2022, wasn't a great year with the Nats, but he did start 27 games, 127 innings pitched. 2022, nothing. 2 innings pitched. That's it. 2021, though, with the Nats, 27 starts, 133 innings pitched. So he's, I think he was a reliever early on. I believe they were using him as like a setup.
Even in the major leagues, he doesn't walk a lot of people. He definitely pitches to contact. He's like
he does, and
kind of like I hate to say it because people are gonna have shivers, but it looks like Keuchel numbers. You know what I mean? Just like, but it's the big thing is that split change because that breaks down, and so a lot of guys are gonna swing over the top of that, and that's your ground ball pitcher right there.
Well, yeah, so, and like we always say with these signings, we're not gonna, and especially the guy who has struggled at the major league level and has at least found something for a bit here. We're not going to know until he's out there. Like, we're not going to know until he's out there facing MLB hitters.
Well, 100%.
Day in and day out.
So to Drake's
intriguing,
question,
intriguing. I'll say
very intriguing. And if you're not watching us live on Wednesday night, what are you doing?
What are you doing
live on Wednesday night? Give the comment section. But anyways. Because when you're live, you can ask us questions like this. Drake says, with Rodriguez likely signing with the Diamondbacks and the Angels reportedly being aggressive for Glasgow, thought he was going to the Cubs.
If he doesn't go to the Cubs, man.
Yeah. Who gets the most desperate for the services of Cease? Well, Drake.
The Cubs
hopefully it is Baltimore. We really, really, really want it to be Baltimore. We want it to be Baltimore. Baltimore can give the White Sox the best return. If not Baltimore, Dodgers.
I would still say the Cardinals. The Cardinals were one of the teams still in the mix.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it yet.
Yep.
I'm coming for you, get.
I do have to say, the White Sox have to be careful that they don't wait too long because there could be other names popping up. Like, I think the Brewers, there's reports now the last couple of days that they're thinking about trading Corbin Burns. And he's going to get a hell of a lot more than Dylan Cease in the trade.
Right. So the White Sox got to definitely time this.
Maybe not a hell of a lot.
They're waiting. No, I wouldn't say a hell.
Pull Padres.
I get why they're waiting to see who misses out on the Japanese guy, but they got to pull. They got to be. You would think that they'd have something ready. So when that's done, they can.
Yeah, and I think the Reds are still going to be in the mix if they don't get Glass now. I think it's obvious with Bruce Levine tweeting that like there's names being exchanged already. I think the White Sox know at least at a base level what they can get, and now they're just waiting it out and be like, all right, let's pull it back. I think John Heyman used that verbiage. They're pulling it back right now to see what other teams are going to be desperate, basically after the other free agents sign. Which I think is smart, which again is why I think it's crazy that the Padres are doing the Soto trade before Ohtani signs. But hey, they're getting a big package from the Yankees.
With the Glasgow part of that question, and thank you for that question, Drake. Appreciate it. Let's talk about the Cubs, fellas. And I know this is going to be a little bitter, but so
I'm
going
positive.
into the Cubs sign the manager that everybody wanted. Council. So everyone's pumped. The sign Council. And by all means, that should indicate to everyone that they're not just going to get this expensive but very good manager and then not give him a strong team, because that seems like that doesn't make any sense to me. But so people were very hopeful going into these winter meetings. You had the Cubs tied to Ohtani, the Cubs tied to Yamamoto, they had tied to possibly Juan Soto.
And now we just want to tie to a branch and just dangle.
And as the week progressed, all these tweets came out, and there was a lot of contradicting tweets. And again, Ohtani has done a pretty damn good job of keeping this, for the most part, secretive. There's mystery teams. There's meetings that happen. There's meetings that didn't happen. People are throwing, ninja curveballs, like, those smoke bombs, like, look over here. Ha, it's over here. But it seems like the Cubs are out on Ohtani and then they're back in. I don't know. It just seems like
who knows?
it's
literally. I know Kevin's laughing, and I think I'm on Kevin's side right now.
Nuts.
But like, there's still Jeff Passan is still being like, nope, Cubs are in. John Morosi, like earlier today, was on the CHGO Cubs podcast. He's like, Cubs are still one of the final 4 teams. I don't know.
Dude, it's nuts. And got Ryan Dempster today tweeting cryptic. I had to go put on my Andrew Bateman fucking jacket and grab my axe again. All this shit, I got it coming for you. I'm gonna play hip to be square, and I'm coming for your fake ass fucking rumors. But geez, Pete, it's enough.
I literally wrote. So I wrote on, what was it, Tuesday night, The Athletic. Patrick Mooney and Sahadev Sharma wrote about the Cubs, like signaling that they're pivoting from Shohei Ohtani. And in that article, I think it was Sharma was the one who wrote about how Yamamoto, the 25-year-old starting pitcher from Japan that's coming over, that his market is going to go to like 300 million, maybe more when you account for the posting fees, and that the Cubs are not expected to be part of that, part of those negotiations. 2 hours later, Jeff Passan is on SportsCenter and be like, and here are the teams still in the mix for Yamamoto, and you get the teams: the Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers, the Giants, the Cubs. But it's like, all right, are they in? Are they out? Who the fuck? I don't know. That's why I titled this: the Cubs are out on all the top free agents, but also maybe in.
Dude, I feel like these guys have like a giant board that all these major writers are all in this like fucking one chat together, right? And they have this giant board, and they're like, all right, it's your turn today. You got these cities. You've got these cities. Okay, Jeff, you've got these other cities. Everyone has their own cities for that day. And they're going to say, hey, these teams are in it for Shohei today. And I feel like they're just rotating because literally, these are like conflicting reports back and forth by some of these guys where, again, the in, out, it's insane where it's almost like I feel like they're keeping each market flush, which of course allows people to pay attention to their content. So if you drop a Cubs in there on a Tuesday, you drop a Blue Jays on a Wednesday, you drop a Dodgers on a Thursday, you get 2 for 1 on Friday, drop the Giants and the Angels, boom, you've got everybody covered, everyone's hot, and you got nice, good clicks going. I don't know. It almost feels like that it's intentional, that they just keep, and that really they don't know shit. And
I would agree with that, but with Jeff Passan, he stayed consistent from I think his winter meetings preview was on Friday that he had on ESPN Plus through he's a guy who stays out of like the everyday tweeting rumors stuff. So you only see him on the segments on ESPN and whenever he drops an article. And like that's literally the only thing keeping me hope about any of this, because the other guys, it's every day. They're the ones who are appearing on MLB Network. They have their podcast. They're on Bleacher
They gotta
Report.
say something.
They're on all these fucking shows. Passan's good on ESPN whenever he has any actual news. That's the only thing that's giving me like and again, when I say hope, I'm like down to 1%, boys.
So are we not talking enough though about the vindictive pettiness of Bob Nightingale going back and changing the verbiage of his article on USA Today after Jed dressed his ass down? He went back to a story that originally said MLB sources, and then when you go back to the story after he was dressed down by Jed, it says Cubs sources.
Cubs high-ranking
officials. Yeah, he went and changed it legitimately, specifically to the Cubs in a story about Shohei and the Cubs being out on Shohei. after he got dressed
By the
down
way,
by Jed. Hilarious pettiness. Like,
with that whole Jed Hoyer versus Bob Nightingale cage match at the winter meetings, it turned out that the big argument there, or at least why Jed was pissed off, was the Morel tweet, and then later on it became that just never happened. that just
well, yeah, because he's got to think.
Petty ass Bob.
Obviously,
oh yeah, well, what about this?
Because obviously Morel's going to see that on
right.
Twitter, and he's going to be like, "Well, what the fuck?" And
it
causes problems. So yeah, that's
getting a lot of innings in the winter league at first base too. By the way,
I do want to. So somebody has to have that video. Somebody had to record Jed cornering Bob Nightingale
someone
at the
has
fucking hotel lobby.
Someone 100% has that.
Yeah, how are you not sitting there going, "Oh shit, here! Oh, they're coming! They're about to run into each other."
Well, Kevin, he's a ninja. No, maybe they only saw the last 2 seconds.
He probably didn't know Jed was there. They didn't even hear the footsteps. All of a sudden, he's like the butler in fucking Mr. Deeds. Just please let me touch your feet. It's very sneaky, sir. I fear you underestimate.
Have you guys seen that sketch of Shane Gillis on the airplane when they're about to crash and call your loved ones? Someone tweeted out perfectly that when he's like, "I'm gonna fucking come down and kill you," that was this is what Jed Hoyer did as soon as he saw Bob Nightingale.
You're really shitty at your job. I'm gonna come down there and I'm gonna beat your ass.
I do still also need I need the Dodgers to not get Shohei because Dave Roberts publicly commented on it. I need that one to happen as well.
I was gonna say, I am very I'm bitter. I'm spiteful. Right now, as a Cubs fan who kind of sees the writing on the wall, if he's not gonna sign with the Cubs, which again doesn't seem like it's a thing now, I want him to go back to the Angels. Fuck everybody. I don't care. I don't care.
That's not happening. I
want everybody to be mad.
Rockies. Let's go. Fuck anyone. No. Just not the Blue Jays.
Go back home, Shohei.
Blue Jays fans are assholes.
There. They love you. You love Anaheim. Yeah. Stay with the Angels,
please. Because you know what, Dodger fans are Dodger fans, right? And that stuff. But I have never in this experience. Maybe I had no experience with Blue Jays fans whatsoever. But I am now been. My eyes are so open. They are some of them. They are horrible. In all of this, some of the shit that I've now had to read is. I'm like, wow. So my introduction to the Toronto fan base, congratulations. You guys are slightly above the Mets fans now in my book after this whole thing. The fact, I mean, again, I love when they're like, Toronto's a better city than Chicago. Stop. Please, Poutine, stop. Okay. But if he wants quiet and quaint, there you are. That's you. You're the quiet, quaint town. You're literally the sticks of Major League Baseball if he goes there. So
that's the other thing that I keep, especially these last few days when it's all the rumblings like Cubs are probably out. I keep going back to free agency. You can't make players sign with you, and if it does just end up being like Ohtani was like, I just wanted to be like in a quieter place or in a place that I know. Like, I don't know how to react to that. Like fuck. Because it's become apparent. He wanted at no point to go to New York.
Right.
So
that's why the Yankees trade happened, and we'll get into that in a minute.
Does he not? So does he think of Chicago the same as New York? Like too big of a city? Like too much attention? Like what is it? Like why does he want to go to Chicago?
He probably read
LA.
He probably read Dom's tweets and is like, fuck it, I'm out.
I mean, LA is not exactly tiny.
But like that's the thing. He probably lives like out in the hills. Like you
can escape up there. They have nice.
Like, that's the thing. Well, I know you Darvish sold Seiya Suzuki on Chicago. Why is he not on the phone bad mouthing the Dodgers and telling him how he can just live in Skokie or like Evanston?
Right, little peaceful town.
Come on, you. We need a Hail Mary here. Get a Shohei.
Some help.
But man, it's just I could see it. I could still see him coming to the Cubs. Toronto never really made sense to me. I feel like Toronto is like keeps being used for some reason.
I think the Angels and especially the Blue Jays, because they're the team that is the last 5 days have been coming up in the rumors. I think the Blue Jays are the team that Shohei's like agents are using. Be like, hey,
leverage.
Blue Jays here. They're trying to give us $600 million. What are you going to do, Dodgers? I think that's all that is.
San Francisco's pretty chill. You know,
Yeah, this is a good point by well, there's a couple good points in the comments here. Joe Martinez, he won't be the biggest attraction in LA. So if San Diego wasn't broke, he'd probably go there. I get that. Nathan, Chicago's Japanese community would come out in full force for him, all 32 of us.
and you could all celebrate at Nobu.
You can also put it over.
But well, first and foremost, yeah, dog. And then I don't know, man. I'll probably get yelled at by some douche nozzle, but even as a White Sox fan, I mean, he's not coming to the White Sox. I've said it before. I think it'd be dope if Shohei went to the Cubs, because then I can go watch the best player, maybe of all time, play in the city I live in whenever I want. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be cool. Fuck me, but it's just, yeah. But, they show him sitting courtside at Lakers game. Supposedly he's holding all of his meetings in LA. If he goes to the Dodgers, that lineup's sick.
Yeah, I mean,
that lineup's just fucking gross. And they got horses in the farm too. They could still trade for Cease.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, that's the thing. The Dodgers are like, all right, we got Ohtani. Time to look at the rotation. Yamamoto, $300 million. All right, let's try.
I don't think they do both. I don't think they would do both. I think they would be like, all right, we got Ohtani. Let's dump Sack and get Cease.
Yeah, maybe
that would be more realistic.
The Yankees, if they get Soto, which I still do think they get Soto, I think they're still going to go after.
So yeah, let's talk about this. So this trade has been done for like 24 hours. And it just keeps on being like not official. So basically the trade would be Juan Soto and Trent Grisham to the Yankees for Michael King, Drew Thorpe, Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, and Kyle Higashioka.
I love the effort.
Shioka. I was cruising too until I got
You were
just kind of like a speed bump right in the road.
I was absolutely cruising, but it's a big deal. I mean, you put Soto in that Yankees lineup, that's a pretty damn good lineup. And with that short porch and that little league ass stadium they play in out there, I mean, that's some serious thing. And the Padres would be getting a lot of what they need the most. Pitching.
Yep.
Higashioka.
Bless you.
Hayashioka.
I mean, Michael King's obviously the biggest piece in here. He's established. That's major league talent right off the bat. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with the Yankees pipeline.
I think Thorpe is one of their top pitching prospects, top 100 guy.
I'm looking it up right now.
Michael King is the big guy there. Cheap, great pitcher.
Yeah, Drew Thorpe's their number 5. Hell of a mustache on this kid. Right-handed pitcher. His ETA is 2025. Let's see. Where's Brito? Brito must be in the major league because he's not even in their top 30.
Drew Thorpe does have a great stash.
He does have a really good stash. Randy Vasquez. These guys? Oh, Randy Vasquez is their the Yankees' number 13th ranked prospect, another right-handed pitcher who's already up in the show. And then Kyle, where you at, bud? Kyle must be in the show too. They must all be major league because they're not in the top 30. But anyways, it's no secret the Padres needed pitching. The Padres are checking medicals. It's causing the delay, according to Sports Genius 38, which that actually makes a lot of sense. But, I mean, can we talk about this Yankees lineup with Juan Soto? I mean, if they don't make the playoffs again, ugh. I mean, their biggest problem last year was pitching.
Well, right? I think their offense was pretty brutal, too, because they had a whole bunch of injuries.
Well, they did have the Cy Young winner, but
Rizzo got hurt. Judge was hurt. Stanton always hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, their plan, if they do get Soto, which again I do think they do, unless something happens last minute, they're gonna have Aaron Judge in center field. And for a guy who's already had a couple injuries,
Really? Wouldn't they put Verdugo in center field?
Nah, they're not. They're putting Aaron Judge in center, and that just screams injury waiting to happen to me.
Hold on, I'm going down the Tonkin Yanks timeline here. I think they had a mock lineup. Not a big Yankees guy, but these guys do pretty damn good work.
I swear this thing was
Oh
done.
no, here you go.
From
Aaron
Joel
Boone
Sherman.
says Aaron Boone says he's comfortable using Aaron Judge as the regular center fielder.
Yep.
Yeesh.
That seems like that. I think that's going to be a problem.
Yeesh.
Score 15, it don't matter.
No. That if he gets hurt.
Oh, yeah, that too.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. That's a good point.
But that's a hell of a problem to have because you're signing once or you're getting
Arson. I forgot Arson. Yeah, they got Verdugo still. I got Arson Judge's 9,000.
Oh, a year ago today, right, Zeb?
Yep, that was a year ago today.
Oh,
A year ago today, I woke up because I had
here you go.
Camera shoved in my
Here's your potential
Yankees
lineup if they land Juan Soto. So you got Gleyber Torres playing second, Juan Soto playing left, Arson Judge playing right, Rizzo at first, Giancarlo at DH, DJ LeMahieu at third, Austin Wells or Jose Trevino catching, Anthony Volpe, who has a great rookie year at shortstop. And then in this MLB network, they have Estevan Florial or Everson Piura in center. They don't even have Verdugo in this lineup.
yeah.
Interesting. But still, just, dude, Soto, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton. Yeesh.
I'm still taking Mookie, Freddie, and Ohtani.
That's very true. That's very true. Buster Olney put his Yankees lineup out. He has Verdugo in center, Judge in right, Soto in left, LeMahieu at third, Rizzo at first, Stanton DHing, Torres at second. It's a good team.
It's a good team.
It's a good team. This is.
By the way, and again,
this one has Aaron Judge as the DH. What up, Mitch?
Gentlemen, how we doing?
Again,
I
think
they got Jason Dominguez can come up and play the outfield for him too.
That's right. I do think it's going to happen, but it would be hilarious with all these tweets coming out. And I think Fangraphs accidentally tweeted out the headline "Yankees trade for once." Yeah, it's done.
Yeah,
it would be hilarious if it just falls through.
That would be kind
Mitch,
of funny.
Erick Fedde, believe in the hype?
No, but I will say I don't. Yeah,
there's no hype.
There is no.
What are you? He's the KBO MVP, guys. Come on.
I think he will. I don't have high expectations. That said, I wasn't like upset with the signing. I get where they're
not
coming.
At all.
Because worst case scenario, maybe he did find something in South Korea and he turns out to be good. Then great. And then if he stinks, we needed an innings eater anyway because we have young arms that we actually are trying to protect. So let Fedde be that guy that eats a bunch of innings. And so I'm fine with it. I don't have high expectations. I don't think he's going to be good, but I'm fine with it. No complaints.
Now, Mitch, are you nervous with the reports of the White Sox basically pulling back talks on Dylan Cease because they want to see who misses out on that stud pitcher from overseas, and then they're going to try to play the market up? But there's rumors of, some other decent pitchers might be hitting the market, and the White Sox might miss an opportunity by waiting.
See, that's a valid point. I was not upset when I found that out. I actually think it's rare to say nowadays. I actually think they're being kind of smart with how they're playing it because, Josh Barfield spoke about it the other day. They don't have to trade him. And the leverage that they do have, where some of these other pitchers that might be on the market don't, is one, we obviously know about the 2 years of control. But two, you're getting a guy that's really affordable. He's going to probably be around like $8 million next year or this year arbitration. And then, we'll see how he does after that. But you're not going to find many guys with Dylan Cease's stuff for under $10 million a year, especially in the free agency market or even in a trade. So I think they have a lot of leverage. And even if they don't trade him this offseason, you could hold on to him at the deadline. You still have a year and a half of control, and he could even raise his stock even more. Now, I wouldn't advise they do that, but they do have options. So I'm not concerned. I actually think they're being smart about it. It's look, a lot of teams want him. Let's get the best offer. Let's not just trade him to trade him. So I'm kind of happy. They have leverage and they're using it.
And I get that, but let's say they wait, and then all of a sudden the Brewers are like, wait a minute, we could throw out there Corbin Burns. make us an offer instead of Cease. I mean, Little Zoe's all about it. As you can see, he's poking his head in the door. What up, buddy? But does that worry you at all?
No, just because of the sheer amount of teams that are interested in C. Because, like, you say, hypothetically, the Braves did do that. You still have the Orioles that need pitching, who also, by the way, probably don't want to spend a lot of money. So that fits like perfectly into the market the Sox trying to tap into because they're not going to spend big on a free agent. So Cease is the perfect type of guy for them, under $10 million. You also have the Reds who need pitchers, probably aren't going to spend big. So like there's enough teams in the market where sure it might affect his value a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be significantly enough to, where it's a noticeable difference.
Brody Zawoski, who's going to sign Ohtani? Is it going to be the Blue Jays?
Yeah.
Oh, breaking news.
Go.
But hold on. Wait a minute. Is it going to be the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Is it going to be the Cubs?
Yeah.
Is it going to be the
the White Sox?
No.
Oh.
Kid knows ball.
He knows ball.
He knows ball.
Good answer, buddy. Good answer, buddy. Are the White Sox going to be good this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie,
All right, buddy.
Eddie's having a breakout year. You heard it there
Yep.
first.
All right, buddy. Go back with Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, go eat snacks with Mama.
I want to eat snacks.
That's you.
Okay, you want to wait for her up here? Okay, you can wait. But I don't know. I'm just nervous that they might miss the boat, but I think they'll be all right with Cease. I also think that once the Orioles and the Dodgers both miss out because the Yankees land that pitcher, that they'll get a better price for him.
Yeah.
I mean, Cease is as good as Delts. It is what it is.
Now, I will say where I am concerned is because they got that 5th overall pick is like, we're going to be terrible next year and we're not going to be able to cash in the good draft capital because we probably have to pick outside the top 10.
No, they have to. Yeah. I mean, that's
that's where it does concern me a little bit. Like that was more worrying than other teams like getting the market for seeds. So that was kind of a bummer.
But taking my initial look at the potential kids coming out in this draft, I think the White Sox can get a player at 5.
Yeah.
I
think so.
I mean, it's not loaded. There's not a Holiday in it or, like a Bryce Harper type kid in there. But if you look at the top 10 prospects going into this draft, there's some talent out there. They could definitely get somebody. That's absolutely hilarious comment. Yeah, Doc said Brody will be shaving before Mitchell.
Could see it.
Mitch,
it work. Like I can't grow it out. I was trying to grow out a cool Dylan Cease mustache, and they said absolutely not. And the boss called me a bum one day, so that's when we had to.
That's not good.
Whit Merrifield is going to sign with the White Sox. How do you guys feel about that?
Meh.
Fine.
Cool. I mean, I don't. Fine. It's like the same thing. Like everyone on Twitter. Oh my God, Whit Merrifield would be the worst thing. I think there's a lot of positives that Whit could bring to this ball team, but I'm not expecting a guy that's going to like turn the franchise around either. Like he's not.
No.
His hitting. If you look at his hitting last year, like bottom 5 percentile, I believe it was like expected slugging percentage, average exit velocity. Like he doesn't hit the ball very hard anymore, so that's a bit concerning. He does steal a lot of bases.
He's
full approach. If we're going to be aggressive on the base pass this year, we're playing Diamondback style ball. So Whit, when he gets on, I mean, that's the guy that's going to run for you. So
he plays good defense. I mean, and Fids likes to talk about it all the time.
We're looking at the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, well,
one.
He'll be playing. He didn't play second base last year though. He was in the outfield.
This is true.
But Fids,
the White Sox are going to have.
It is very valuable. He's experienced, man, and I mean he's got a ring. He's been through everything. He hasn't seen. There isn't anything that's going to happen in this game that he hasn't been through. Week 7, asking Mitch OnlyFans month of Mitch calendar. She put up the $1.99 this week.
That's true. We're getting close.
We're getting close. But I mean, as long as the numbers. Which it probably will be if the White Sox are signing them. But as long as the number's fine, okay. Drake, in the comments, I 100% agree. I would much rather get a Jake Cronenworth.
Same.
But I won't be mad at it, I guess is what I'm saying. Like,
I agree.
I don't know where these people are coming with these expectations. Like, they're not signing Ohtani. They're not getting Bellinger. Like, you're gonna have to just like accept the fact that it's guys like Whit Merrifield and Fedde and like these. Yeah.
Part of it is because we're stuck with Pedro, which sucks. Like no one wants to be stuck with Pedro.
We're gonna get to his ass in a minute.
The reality is we are, and we need, especially after how quickly he lost that locker room last year, you need more guys buying in. He played under Pedro for a while. He said some nice things about Getz. So I feel like you get a Whit Merrifield in there. You got a veteran who's had some success in the league, 3-time All-Star. That's going to help him kind of, I would hope anyway, win the locker room because you have at least one guy in there that's a veteran that respects Pedro. So, I mean, that could benefit, I would think.
But guys, one of the things that was absolutely hysterical to me was for some reason MLB Network had Pedro on set, like to do an interview and like talk about things and like
Pope or whatever, or
yeah, he looks like a priest, but also he's saying like things like, you know, I realized that we played a type of game last year that wasn't winning baseball. We have to be faster and and people are like freaking out about like things he's saying. What do you guys expect a manager of a dog shit team to say on December 3rd on MLB Network?
Well, I'll bring it up. I'll say it. He was saying the same thing when he was first hired. He was supposed to change that. That's why fans are pissed.
That's true.
Thank you. That's what I was about to say too. Like it's literally the same shit last year before which was
I
great.
guess my point is he is saying the same shit, but people are like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, this is good. And he's like, yeah, we did some reflection, and I think I'm a better manager because of it and all this shit. The fuck? Come on, man.
I know Mitch. You said Whit Merrifield obviously has a previous relationship with Grifol, knows him. Was there when Grifol was the coaching part of the coaching staff for the Royals. But to me, it just seems like they're just trying to surround this guy with like yes men. It's like yes, manager, you were right about everything. You're great. Just give me playing time.
There will be a statue of Pedro in the clubhouse.
And Joe Kelly and all of them in the clubhouse last year. I can assure you it was not a bunch of yes man.
Oh, we just found out who the other team was besides the Diamondbacks and for Eduardo Rodriguez.
Oh boy! Reds. Oh no!
Eduardo, what are you doing, man? Are you going to sign with the Reds and join a rebuild, or are you going to get on the team that just won the?
Reds not really a rebuild. No, they're frisky and fun. Yeah, they were a playoff contender last year.
As a Cubs fan,
so July,
I hope he signs with the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, me too.
Even though that may in turn make the Reds more aggressive in the trade market.
Go get yourself a Dylon Cease.
Which, by the way, that package that Bruce Levine.
Oh, Bruce Levine's package?
Hey, was it also was his package as discombobulated as his tweets?
No comment.
You see that guy's ball? You see that guy's balls? They were weird.
How the hell did you get the beans above the
package that he had the Reds allegedly was the asking price for Cease. Like that was a pretty solid haul they had. It was 2 of their top 10 guys and the 2 infielders. I think it was like a number. Actually, it was 3 of their top 10 and then number 11. But the guy that was number 11 was like this 19-year-old that just got drafted. I mean, it was a pretty solid asking price. I was like, all right, Chris, I see what you're trying to do here.
Oh, wait. Why hasn't this happened yet?
That would make sense. I would like a Soler. I think that would make a lot of sense.
Why
Cronenworth?
You would actually have Eloy and then Eloy before Eloy because Soler was Eloy before Eloy. With the
Soler actually hits for power.
So. Oh my God! Hold on. I saw him hit space, but him and Hobby had back-to-back Jackson.
What's going on, Zoe?
No, it's just nothing breaking it. But Bleacher Report, their baseball page, the walk-off, whatever, put up a bunch of proposed trades that they think should happen. And one of them was Eloy to the Angels for right-handed pitcher Jorge Checo and infielder Warner Blakely. Neither of that moves the needle to me.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. Haven't heard either of those.
But I mean, why would you trade with the Angels? Like, what do the Angels have besides like Trout?
Yeah, it's hard with Eloy too because you're not going to get much of value for him. Like, because he's always hurt. The production really hasn't been there. He's never on the field. Like, why is the team giving up a lot of assets for that? Like, they're kind of in a tough spot with him.
Who are those guys? Oh,
I'm looking. Jorge is the Angels' number 11 prospect, right-handed pitcher, single A ball, ETA to the pros, 2026, 21 years old, 6'1", 185 pounds, very meh grades. And the other dude, Werner Blakely. Let's see where Werner is. It sounds like an accountant's name.
Warner Blank. Yeah, I mean,
Werner Blankley is the number 17th prospect in the Angel system, AA, ETA 2025, 21 years old, 6'3", 185 pounds. What does he do well? Nothing. He has nothing over a 50 grade. His overall scouting grade is a 40.
yeah. Unless there's a team out there that like truly and is going to pay the White Sox in prospect capital as like the 2019, 2020 hitter he was. Okay, but I don't think you're gonna get like anything close to good value on him right now. Like you
I
just
don't
said,
think so
Mitch.
either.
So it looks like
I
you're
really
about to get
don't.
whacked by Brody here. He's slowly opened the door.
Yo, that was like from Pet Cemetery. Just slowly.
Yeah, it was. He's terrified.
Sneaky little ninja.
Zoe's gone. What do you mean he's gone?
Always
All right,
else.
man.
It was, yeah.
Nothing else we could do. He's gone. The little guy's gone.
Oh, no, you gotta go with Mama, dude.
Yeah.
I was just trying to figure out why he was throwing down tarp.
I'll be right back.
Literally laying out tarp behind you. It was a little disconcerting.
He's getting ready. Yeah.
That door slowly opened. It did look like Pet Cemetery. It was
Yeah.
A little Gage with his little razor blades. There goes
Yeah.
your goodbye Achilles, Zoe. Goodbye. That was the worst. Slashes under the bed on Achilles. That was-
Mitch, where do you think Shohei is gonna end up?
I'm still going with Seattle. They just cleared a bunch of they made that weird trade that was the only way I could explain it was like they must be cutting costs for something. And there's been no leaks from them. Or not many anyway. You like
That's
Seattle?
true.
Big fan of Ichiro. That's right. And
He's
it's
got a knife.
Get him,
Just kidding,
Brody.
I'm alive.
Nah.
No, that was kind of creepy.
Seattle's fine.
Shohei loves Seb.
Well,
Who loves Sub?
Shohei.
Shohei and
That's what
the
the
Seb.
Mariners.
Yeah, listen. Shohei and Trout didn't work. Shohei and Seb, I can assure you, they're winning ball games up there in Seattle.
I mean, that's the next McGuire Canseco right there.
Bash Brothers.
Yeah.
I would get a Bash Brothers
Um,
Shohei and Seb shirt. Oh, absolutely.
Mike Rodriguez is back reporting.
Jameer.
Yeah, going to the Reds.
Have to have strong discussions about getting a deal done. That's a weird fit. Are they going to trade one of their infielders to the White Sox for Dylan Cease? Ooh, doesn't make any sense. Isn't their infield? I thought their infield was pretty much like they're already
All
trying
right,
to trade.
I'll be right back. Give me John.
give me fuel, give me fire, give me that.
Maybe we're finally getting those moving pieces now that, and again, I think most teams know Ohtani is gonna be making his decision soon, so that's why we're getting some more rumors now. And with the Reds pitching market, some of the position guys, that could be
boring
interesting though. If they sign Jamie Candelaria, who plays third base and first base, their infield has like a whole bunch of young guys. That maybe they trade one of them to the White Sox for Dylan Cease.
A thought popped into my head, by the way. I got a question. Do you guys think that because of the recent scorn over the last 24, 36 hours about how Shohei's camp has handled all this, do you feel like maybe potentially why some of these today's leaks were so specific? The Dodgers thing about him visiting them, closing down the ballpark to tours because he was having his own tour. So everything was shut down, the apparel shop, everything. And this was like apparently on Friday, like where they're probably like, okay, look, you can go ahead and this is okay to tell people because maybe they actually felt a little of the pressure of being so secretive that fans were getting pissed. And so they're like, hey, here's a nugget. Yes, you can tell them that we were there on Friday. Totally let them know that it's no secret that you're a finalist. Go ahead and tell them that we were there on Friday. Like, you know what I mean? It feels like almost like gratuitous. Here you go. Go ahead and feed them.
That's a fair point. I don't know. I feel like Shohei's the type of guy that probably doesn't care. Like, I don't think that outside noise. He does not seem like the type of person that's going to cave to outside pressure. I think it's just how he wants to operate.
I think a lot of that was overblown.
And I think some of. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think part of that too could even be they know they're out of the sweepstakes, but they want to let fans know, hey, we're trying. Like we made an effort. So I think some teams that might be like, look, maybe he ruled this out because he is ruling out teams now, allegedly. So they could just be like, well, let's throw the fans a bone. We did try. We're making it happen.
If he goes to the Dodgers, my nemesis from last week is going to be freaking toast because he was all
Playmaker David.
Playmaker Dave had the Dodgers completely out, the Cubs as the team that was going to have
70%, or no, I went from like 95 to 70 to 60.
Dude literally said he tried to predict. He said he predicted Bama in. He said he was the one that broke Florida State out and Bama in. I'm like, shut the fuck. You don't know shit, bro.
The thing about
hits, and if it does, it's great. 50-50 chance. He knows that he hedges his bets. It's fucking God.
The thing about Shohei and the leaks and like he's gonna hold that against teams. It's like obviously he already headed into the offseason knowing the couple of teams that he was going to consider. I don't think like one report here or there he was going to be like, oh well, I don't want your $600 million anymore.
No,
like,
it was fun for everybody else to play with it. They're like, oh, he said his name. He said his name. He's out. Like trying to disqualify other teams because they happen to say, let's go to the show. Hey,
I do think
he said Shohei.
Like you said, Mitch, with the showing your fan base that you're trying. Like I do think that's the Blue Jays because the Blue Jays have been under a lot of pressure. They've had this group of young players who've been talented, highly regarded. And they just haven't delivered a lot of, success in the playoffs. And I think that front office is feeling the heat. So I think they're the one. That's why I think we saw a lot of the rumors coming from Toronto in the past 5 days.
That Bo Bichette call feels like 8 years ago now at this point.
Oh, Jesus. I forgot about that.
Can we go back to that? Those were better times.
Those were better days when it was like, we actually do something and we're like,
it could still happen.
He hired Craig Counsell.
Hey, if Kevin's right, they have to clear salary. They have to clear.
Ken Rosenthal just tweeted, correction, Reds are not a finalist for Rodriguez.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And they're back in the Cease market, baby.
Our old friend, Gordon Whitmire, who now covers the Reds, he also tweeted that.
Gordy.
Wait, no, he tweeted that they are. Oh, wait. Okay, here it is. Source.
Yeah. See, this is a perfect summary of the winter meetings.
Is not true.
This is a fantastic summary of the winter meetings right now. It's like, oh, they're in on them. They're not in on them. This is all secretive. So how do we know? But they're not in on them, but they are.
I feel bad for all the saps that went down there because absolutely nothing happened. That would have sucked. You down there.
Networking, Mitch. It was networking.
Well, that was Eduardo Rodriguez agent trying to get like $10 million extra from the Diamondbacks. It's like, hey, the Reds are in it too.
Yeah.
Please tweet this out, someone.
So it's been like,
hey, at least he apologized. Our apologies.
I think. Did Ken forget to copy and paste socks to red? It should be Red Sox.
You got to think now that like when people are learning to like become an agent, like part of their training now is like social media 101. You know what I mean? Like how to play contracts. With
breaking news. Joel Sherman.
The
trade between the Yankees and Padres sending Juan Soto and Trent Grisham to New York is now completed. The teams to make it official sometime tonight. So kind of official, but not yet official.
Official-ish. No,
official-ish.
MLB Network just
I
did
broke
the graphic and everything.
24 hours ago, right now, 7:30 p.m. last night. It's me. Give me credit. No, I was kidding.
Yep.
Shout out Judd. Somebody DM me. Who is Judd?
Yeah,
Judd tweeted out, and everyone went crazy last night.
Yeah, Judd apparently just drops like tweets where you're like, next
he tweets. His last tweet was from like the summer.
Yeah, like he just.
Who's Judd in the Padres organization? Someone let me know.
Judd spoke.
Judd.
Judd.
Good for the Yankees, I guess. Again, I mean, I think that was a good deal for the Padres.
It's a great deal. I mean,
I'm going to follow Judd now, by the way, and I'm going to get a notification every time he's got zero. He follows 0 people, has almost 5,000 followers. Well, now I'm going to add to that, and give me some. Please alert me anytime Judd drops a because
good track record. What were some of his other ones? What else?
Well, no, that's the thing.
Oh, he tweeted Pivot Man today.
Yeah, they're all cryptic. None of them are like this is happening, but it happens right before something happens with the Padres.
Oh, speaking of cryptic, let's try to unwrap Jock Peterson.
Oh my God. Yeah, what was that?
Just Instagram picture of him and the Philly Fanatic, and what was the caption? Something like
it's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's always sunny in Philadelphia or something like that.
He's a 49ers fan? And they beat the Eagles?
That could be it.
If that's it, dude, come on. Tweet that
it.
after Sunday, not 3 days later in the middle of the winter meeting.
Yeah, that could be it 100% because he is a big 49ers fan. He's from the Bay Area.
I mean, we were thinking about the Phillies like lineup. He got us all thinking about how they're gonna have just left-handed sluggers up and down their lineup.
I don't know what game we're playing, dog, but it is game time, fool. Yeah, I mean that would be a sick lineup. But I told you guys, I went to that Giants game last season. He is worshipped by that home crowd. I mean, I don't see him.
How old is
leaving
Jock
San
now? Would you
Francisco.
guys want to do like a 2-year deal for him? The Sox?
This is all moot because he's not leaving.
Any window, they'd be like, "Why are we?" If we're
he's not a guy you add.
He's like, that's not going to do anything for.
He is 31.
He signed with the bad Cubs team in 2021.
He'll be 32 when the season starts. He turns 32 in April.
I guess you could throw him in right field. Like, I wouldn't hate it. It's not like I'm anti-Jock. I just don't think that would make much sense.
The video that pops up on Josh's baseball reference page is some dude talking about Ohtani and Cease going to the Braves.
Well, have you seen that? All the talk has been
It's
like,
just so much wild shit out there.
Well, the Braves reporters are like, no, they're not in on Ohtani. Any talk about Cease was overblown. They just shut that down right away. Maybe they're just trying to, I don't know.
The Braves, though, I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out what your emojis meant.
Soto.
Soto. He did an emoji weird cryptic tweet.
Oh, last night. Oh, that's what that was. I was trying to figure it out too. I'm like,
on my phone, the emoji on my phone was like a foot with the toes were very prominent. On Twitter, it's like a side foot.
Yeah, I was like,
so, but it was supposed to be that was toes. God dang it, Apple.
Where's the so?
So,
like the
Soto to Apple, Big Apple.
That's tough. I wouldn't have figured that.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough with the emojis changing up.
I was literally just staring at it for like the last 5 minutes, and I had no idea what the fuck it was.
That feels like a high cryptic. Kevin was in the lab. The Delta 8 was working. He's like,
I have another one. I have another one that was it was a response. It was a reply. It's way more clear here. I'll share that one too. Let's see if I can find it.
You are dumb fuck.
I am an idiot. Absolutely.
That's probably like a response to like some fake food account tweeting that Cubs are
out.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, here, 754. This one's Soto. Yeah. I'm gonna make it laugh.
So
I gotta
Jeffrey in the comments is a White Sox fan going off his profile picture, so I'm not going to give him shit about the attendance thing. But he said the Sox won't draw 2 million fans in 2024. That's just downright sad. At this point, put the bananas on the field with guts. Here's a list of the following teams. Here's the list of the following teams that did not get 2 million fans in 2023. The Twins, the Diamondbacks, the Orioles, the Guardians, the Nationals, the White Sox, the Tigers, the Pirates, the Rays, the Royals, the Miami Marlins, and the Oakland Athletics. None of those teams drew 2 million fans.
At home.
Yeah.
12 is a lot.
So none of those teams got 2 million. 2 million seems like a lofty number. Cincinnati just got over it.
Hey, if
that team was fun to watch in like June and July.
If Jerry gets 100% buy-in from Nashville, population grows by 2028 or 29, maybe he gets 2 million then.
But just saying though that the National League champion Arizona Diamondbacks had under 2 million fans this year. And I understand we're in the third major market, Jeffrey, but we also share that market with another team who had over 2 million. They had 2.7 million last year.
Slightly
So it's a
better
little
than
bit different.
Stadium too.
It's a little
All
bit
right,
different.
here we go. Optimism.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to get into an attendance thing because I really don't give a shit. But yeah,
Juan Soto to the Yankees. They're keeping Verdugo. They have Trent Grisham as their fourth outfielder. They were one of the major teams that was, if they missed out on the Soto trade, that they were going to go after Cody Bellinger. But that seems like that's not going to be an option for them anymore.
mm-mm.
Cubs, as we've been talking about, not looking great for Ohtani. Obviously, Soto's not with the Yankees. That option is gone. This has to improve the Cubs' chances, right, of retaining
Mitch, are you about to get a ticket?
Bellinger.
No, I just have to actually got to start moving to set up my live shot. I was parked in a spot where I have, so like Mizzou, they have these big columns behind this, like one of their big domes, like in the middle of campus. That's like the best location. We're doing a story on the Mizzou, so that's why I had to set up my live shot. But you can't park there, so I had to go to different parking spots. Now I'm getting ready to drive back to where it was to set
Mitch
up.
is going to be like about to do a scene for the next.
That was a great
Yeah.
story. You should tell that story on camera.
You know what? You asked. I mean, I didn't have to.
I gotta bust your balls, Mitch. Stop it.
You know, my news is boring enough as it is. I don't need to be patronized. We gotta. That's an off camera.
Oh, Joel's bringing the heat. Cody, Reese Hopkins, Chapman, Glasnow, all Cubs. Cubs just go crazy.
I'll take like 3 of those guys. A couple of those guys, maybe Shota Imanaga from Japan, one of the other Japanese pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
There's a path. All right, Kevin, let's talk about the path here.
Yeah, the pivot.
Let's talk about the pivot, the path. If the Cubs, let's say the Cubs have a similar offseason as last year when they got Swanson, Bellinger, and
What if
Tyner.
Yankees want Dylan Cease and we get Jason Dominguez for him?
You're not getting Jason Dominguez for this.
All
right, if you guys get that, I still think the Cubs are getting Ohtani.
They're gonna block. They're blocking the poor kid. They got too many outfielders. Give him a shot.
I think the Yankees were offering or might have been desperate enough to offer Dominguez to the Cubs during the summer, supposedly. If the Cubs get Cody Bellinger back, and that's their Swanson type signing, they get Reese Hoskins on let's call it like a similar deal as the Bellinger deal last year, and then they trade for Tyler Glasnow. They get that Stevenson reliever that Cubs fans are wanting right now because he has one of the best strikeout rates as a reliever. And then they get like a lefty reliever. Brent Suter is a guy I think maybe on their radar. Former Brewer, was really good with the Rockies. What do you think, Kevin? Satisfied?
Bro, that's the pivot that I want. That's actually the pivot that makes me as much as I want Shohei. If Shohei can't be had and Jed gets out-salved by a couple teams, and I was told by many people that Shohei would play for the Cubs just for the privilege of playing for the Cubs and playing at Wrigley, which obviously that's not a real thing. So this is the great pivot, right? You if you can't get the big fish, you can't get the whale, you go out and get you go get a gaggle of freaking dolphins instead, right? And so in this case, the pivot, you get Cody, you bring in a big bat. People are freaking out about Cody's 300 million, whatever. Relax. I'll play that Scott Boras interview. I got it here too, by the way. You add, obviously, you've taken care of that big bat. You're not losing, you're not downgrading your offense, which was carried by a guy that had incredible numbers last year. You go out and you get, the starter with Glasnow, who is a question mark health wise, and the Devil Rays factor.
Well, when he's going, he's going.
Oh, he's going. He's good. Contract year. Maybe he'll magically stay healthy. And then you throw that Hoskins in there, and then you. I think you need another left-handed DH bat to pop. You can find somewhere around the market, or maybe give Mervis that chance, a little bit better of a chance. And then you fill in some of these with some of these mid to upper leftover relievers that you have on the market that can obviously depth your bullpen, and I think they're fine. I think that would be I would give Jed an A for the offseason if all of that happened. The worry is that Glasnow ends up with like the Angels or something, and Bellinger ends up with the Giants, and Shohei obviously ends up with not the Cubs, and Yamamoto ends up with the Yankees. And next thing you know, the entire Cubs offseason is maybe a Rhys Hoskins and then a bunch of like veteran 1-year contracts, like with a Schwindel style pull and pray kind of moment. And all of a sudden, the biggest thing of the offseason really is Craig Counsell. And then all of a sudden we go home and we cry. But a lot of long way to go. But I that one right there, Aldo that's mint, 100%.
I like that's the tough part. Obviously, the hope was
it is doable.
I think if they get like a Bellinger guy, maybe like the Hoskins doesn't happen, but I think they do get like a starting pitcher. You
saw Brandon Belt out there too. Look at the skipper.
That's fine. Yeah,
but that's a veteran gamble.
I think he's better than Mancini and Hosmer. But again, I want better.
Yeah,
you know what I don't like though. You know what I don't like.
If it's opening day and Brandon Belt is your big signing, then we got problems.
What do you guys think? Because this is what I don't like. This is what I haven't liked hearing the last couple of days. We shouldn't go do this because it's going to block so-and-so prospect.
That's bad.
Don't believe that there is a such thing as blocking a prospect. If a prospect has earned it, the prospect will be up. Yeah, if your manager's not doing it like Dave Ross, that's a you problem. That's a whole other problem. Okay, but no player is ever blocked. If you're good, no team is stupid. Let's keep him down. He's killing the ball, but we can't use some help. What the hell?
I wasn't laughing at that, but just how White Sox.
I'll field this question. One question I had is, why is TH still a free agent? He was statistically the worst player in baseball.
A lot of players are still free agents. Nothing's really happened.
Yeah, end up with the Marlins. He's fine.
But I just wanted to bring this up.
He'll get a job. He will get a job.
This was brought up to my attention by Yumper. Just like White Sox Twitter has the food accounts, for a long time, the Cubs Twitter insider was that account Charles the Cat.
Charles the Cat.
Yeah.
Well, guess who's back, baby? Meow. Because the latest. Oh, no,
Charles the Cat is back.
Meow. Charles the Cat. Latest tweet, 8:49 Standard Mountain Time. Being told Cubs are still very much in on Ohtani. We're back, baby.
Charles Meow, is that what it is? Yeah, there he is. Charles Meow.
Cubs are still in Ohtani. There's a chance that this is all I needed. This is what I needed. Screw Nightingale. Who cares what Heyman's saying? Playmaker David. Anybody else out there? I just need Charles.
I can text Katy Perry's booty hole to get him to confirm too.
Hey, I gave out the signal the other day.
I haven't talked to that guy in a long time, actually.
Hit him up.
Another great Charles the Cat one was, things are shaping up nicely for the Cubs to receive a massive haul for Wilson and Happ.
Almost. No.
I don't see why the Cubs aren't jumping in on Eric Hosmer. Let's see here.
By the way, I know we started the offseason and
the Juan Soto trade. The Yankees are 8-1 to win the World Series.
He said that Tony La Russa is a hard fart away from Valhalla. That's pretty fucking funny. Sorry.
I remember. Hey,
Matt.
We talked about the Bichette trade just
yes, the Bichette, also on the Bichette deal.
Very handsome name, Matt.
Speaking of another Blue Jay, I started the offseason talking about how I wanted the Cubs to have no part in Matt Chapman, but I wrote about him. I gave him a fair chance. I looked back at his data, at the batted ball data, how hard he was in the ball. Was there any tough luck? Was he striking out more? What was going on? Why was his power down? I overreacted. I'll admit it. I'll take a step back. If the Cubs pivot and their big signing is Matt Chapman, is it a step down from like Cody Bellinger? Yes. Obviously, it's a massive step down from Shohei Ohtani. His defense, I know that we said it slipped, but he was still like third in defensive runs saved. I think he was 10th in OAA, outs above average. Still solid, though. He hit the ball like the hardest I think he's ever has. So I wouldn't be completely freaking out. I do think it would be a similar thing as the Dansby Swanson the Dansby Swanson signing, where you're getting a proven defensive guy who can hit power. He's not like your 850, 900 OPS star hitter, but You're getting a good upgrade to what you had. You're getting a consistent guy at third base. Your team is getting better. Maybe the contract is going to be a little in like 3 years, but I wouldn't hate it as much as I did like a month and a half ago. That being said, it would still be a letdown, obviously, starting the offseason.
So we got
Chris
more
Levine
questions.
saying
Keep firing the questions. Keep firing these questions in the comments. So can the White Sox get a catcher? Lee is not the answer. I think they really like what they have in Quero and
it's the veteran guy from Houston. Martin Maldonado.
Martin Maldonado's been a name. Who was the other kid though that they would call up?
Oh, breaking news. Eduardo Rodriguez to the Diamondbacks. 4-year contract, around $20 million a year.
God damn. Oh, god damn.
I'm telling you, that was a last-ditch effort from Rodriguez's agent. And he's like, hey, Ken, throw the Reds out there. We're trying to get some extra money here.
So, all right. Well, here, folks. For those of you that were trying to gauge Dylan Cease's market, Eduardo Rodriguez, very good year last year. All-star, left-handed pitcher, but he just got 4 years of $80 million. Cease is under control for the next 2 years at what, a total of $18 million?
Yeah, it's gonna be around that.
You guys are seeing what I'm saying now, right? I'm not talking to you two. I'm talking like the people listening. Like that's why Cease has so much value. And I mean, right now, Eduardo Rodriguez is a better pitcher of the two, but like that's a pretty big money bump right there. You see what I'm saying? So, and yes, Joel, I would still no. You can't have Mitch Garver on the north side if the White Sox are going to sign.
That would be a great pivot. Yes, that's another good name. Left or no.
No, if the White Sox are going to sign an old catcher, I want Mitch
DH
Garver
for the Cubs. Ooh.
No, he's coming.
I think our guy having a full count time. He's been talking about Mitch Garver as an option. I think that'd be a decent. Hey, okay, you're not getting like a elite bat, but he's been pretty damn good.
Mitch Garver's good.
So here's the thing too, Aldo. Like those are solid moves. You know what I mean? It just hurts though.
No, it does.
It just feels like
conversations.
Like Kate Beckinsale and then dating, like a 7. Not bad. Yeah, I was like,
what was that?
That was interesting. This is my anniversary. I don't know. But it's a disappointing downgrade. It's kind of like when my fiance sees me with my shirt off, and then she, watches Vanderpump Rules. It's just a totally different world. So
I'm with you, Kevin. When you talk about
it's just
when you bring up fans who are now going to be like, well, that was going to be a lot of commitment for that. You don't know if Ohtani is going to pitch again, or with Soto, it's like, oh man, you're giving up a lot for a 1-year rental, or for Yamamoto, it's like, oh man, he's never pitched an MLB. That's a lot of money to commit. We've been saying it. You are a big market team. Act like one. You have to take chances for stars sometimes.
Overpay. You have to overpay.
Sometimes you have to overpay in free. Actually, almost every time you're overpaying in free agency. That's just what it is.
But you're gonna take it back,
And I'm not saying you have to do it every single year, but man, like step up. Come on. At some point you do have to take a risk.
And here's the thing too. Cody Bellinger might be that risk. I hope. But that's the fans don't get it. There are fans that are so traumatized by Jason Hayward that there's just nothing. There's nothing you could say to him. Shohei's overrated. He's not worth it. Here's a guy that can literally, you can pay him $25 million to be a pitcher and $25 million to be an elite hitter. And you're still getting a discount at that point for $50 million because he's providing 2 services for the price of 1. Overrated. And then you got Juan Soto. When the Cubs weren't going to get Juan Soto, I saw fans. Juan Soto is really not worth that. He's not worth the trade. He's not that good. I'm like, are you what? And now we're going to get to the downgrade part where fans are now going to start downgrading it. She wasn't. I didn't like her anyway. She wasn't really that pretty. Like that kind of. We're about to get into that phase of these courtships if the Cubs don't happen. Because of course, it's just that natural human reaction. But man, there's a couple other moves though that can make. This
is some good Twittering.
Yeah,
some of the guys that I follow that are Dodgers fans, are tweeting the video of Eduardo Rodriguez giving up a home run to Puig in the postseason. I love baseball fans, dude. People don't forget shit. And and now you have all this video like readily available. I mean, that thing was up within 5 minutes of him signing with the Diamondbacks. The tweet literally just says we get to face Eduardo Rodriguez in the division now, and it's just Puig hitting a ball 10 stories deep. That's hilarious, dude.
Oh, Mitch's got a stand up going now.
Oh yeah, Mitch is good to go. I thought he got in a car accident.
I feel like he's being interrogated. That picture makes me feel like he's being interrogated by the Navy SEALs.
I know the Red Sox did win that game, but not because of Eduardo's pitching.
Let's not ruin, guys. Come on now. Let's not ruin the narratives. We're on Twitter right now. let's stay with the jokes. We don't need to know the facts.
Oh, do you guys want to hear the Scott Boras soundbite?
What was the Scott
Boras soundbite? The soundbite about Cody Bellinger.
I think we're missing a joke, Aldo.
Was it?
I think there's a joke in there somewhere. Oh, he didn't do one, and that's what he's doing. Am I right? Are you playing something?
Are you playing something?
Can't hear it?
If you're playing something, we can't hear it.
Oh, I'm over here like listening to it. I'm like the great sound. Anyway,
Well, I heard was static.
Yeah, I thought like the joke was like he didn't do one.
Yeah, he was
like,
silent.
No, we can't hear it. No.
Oh,
I thought that was the joke.
oh, never mind.
All right.
In other words, so no, it's Scott Boras. He basically said that Cody's listening to anyone and everyone. That he's even listening to the doctors. So.
Oh, well, he has to say that because he's asking for $300 million, apparently.
That was the Scott Boras doing his best mime impersonation. It was actually, I forgot to show you.
Here's another example of why I love baseball Twitter.
I just saw the one you
my boy GD already tweeted out, yo, at Orioles, and it's just a video of Cease striking out Juan Soto looking.
That's the recruiting you got to do.
That's great.
That's some good Twittering right there.
That's good.
That's what that is. People need to learn from that. All your petty arguments don't do shit, but tweeting about videos like that. There we go. That is some good recruiting right there.
I also love this joke. A Big Cat does it a lot. How long until Juan Soto earns his pinstripes? Dude, he's gonna get booed after his first 0 for 4 3 strikeout.
He starts slow every year, doesn't he? He's like a notorious slow starter.
And it's gonna be cold there, not warming like it is in San Diego.
No, he's a notorious slow.
I still think back to Giancarlo Stanton's first game, and I remember putting up a video, and it was just everyone booing the hell out of him. His first game at Yankees.
Now, I wonder what. I can't wait to see.
Jesus, the OPS leaders in Major League Baseball since 2020. Number 1, Aaron Judge. Number 2, Juan Soto.
Nice, good one too.
I want to see Juan Soto's expected stats now that he's playing with that little league Mickey Mouse porch in right field.
By the way, shout out to our guy Lyle who came on to talk about the Seattle Mariners and that Luis Robert trade proposal a while back. I've been following ever since, and obviously the Mariners are going through some shit right now. They've had their salary dump deals. Nobody knows what the hell their direction is, who they're going to sign. But right now, he tweeted out, a team that lost their TV deal is going out and making marquee free agent moves. What? And he's talking about the Diamondbacks, who are part of that group of teams that lost their cable package contract stuff. But they're, they signed Rodriguez right now, 4 years, $80 million, and the Mariners are just, they're supposed to be spending, but they're not doing much.
I understand Juan Soto to the Yankees deserves every headline it's getting and all the attention it's getting. But
you hear that?
Very, very faintly.
Why do we have to talk about anything of those things?
Okay, cool.
But I think the Diamondbacks getting Eduardo Rodriguez should be getting a little bit more love because their starting rotation on paper right now is Zach Gallen, Miro Kelly, Eduardo Rodriguez, Brandon Flett,
Feth.
and Tommy Henry. Now, Brandon Fett had a really good end of the season and a really good
He
playoff.
shoved in the postseason.
And so that's a pretty solid 1 through 4. I don't know who the fuck Tommy Henry is. Sounds like a guy that owes me $10. But that's a pretty decent rotation. And one of the reasons why they didn't get the job done was they were missing that 4 starter. And that's a pretty damn good 4.
Here we go. We got more from Ken Rosenthal. Source confirms free agent left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez in agreement with the Diamondbacks. 4-year deal, $80 million contract with a vesting option and bonuses. Deal can reach 5 years, $99 million.
God damn. Get paid, son.
There you go.
God, I'm tying Brody's right arm to his body. He is just throwing left-handed.
Ooh, we got a follow-up on the Jeimer Candelario report. This is from John Morosi. Jeimer Candelario is engaged in an ongoing discussion with the Reds, as Mike Rodriguez reported tonight. And Cincinnati has emerged as the leader to sign the free agent infielder. If Candelario joins the Reds, they'd likely trade an infielder before opening day. I think that means Jonathan India.
Yeah, I mean they've been.
I don't think them trading their other young guys.
India's house literally right now is a chair and a TV on like a box. He has all his shit packed. He is just waiting for them to tell him where he's going.
It's so sad because I remember when his name first started to come up in trade rumors back in like July. He's beloved in that clubhouse. He's one of the younger guys, but he's like been there for 3 to 4 years. So he's one of their veteran guys, but he's still young. He's respected. Those guys have like looked up to him, and they're all like, "Yeah, this is a bummer. Like we love him." And then the GM is like, slowly but surely, they were like decreasing his playing time, and then they were bringing up guys. And then in the offseason, I think I saw like a week ago, the Reds GM was like, "Yeah, we're maybe thinking about moving him, giving him time at first base." And now it's just kind of like they're just kind of slowly shoving him out the door.
I forgot Rodriguez blocked a trade to the Tigers.
Yes, yes.
Uses no trade clause. Boop. Much better situation. That's why that no trade clause is nice.
Oh, that's a good question. Do you think you guys' boy Stroman gets more than 4 years, $80 million?
No. No, he's a couple years older. He's had a couple injury things the past few years. I think he gets like a 3-year deal. I think he might get like the 20 million AAV.
Yeah. I think he gets 2 in an option. I think he gets a 2 in a mutual or something because just he's so volatile, I think. I don't think organizations want to engage in a long-term deal that doesn't have like an out somewhere.
I see like the Giants doing like a 3-year deal maybe for him. Team like that. Okay. And he said how he'd love to pitch for the Giants.
Yeah, I can see that.
That would work.
Poor Giants.
He's there well there too. That's a good environment for him.
Poor Giants. They try so hard and never get anything.
And they got 3 World Series since 2020. They're doing fine.
I know, but it's just
in like a 6-year span too. They were like incredible. But it's hard in that division is brutal, man. It's
I am surprised that the Braves didn't make a run at Eduardo Rodriguez for 4 years, $80 million. That seems like right up the Braves territory. They need pitching, man. The Braves need pitching.
And it's weird because, again, I mean, who the hell actually knows?
Everybody needs pitching, but
right. But I'm saying, like, even their GM, when he spoke to the media this week, he's like, "Yeah, no, we haven't really engaged, and we're not going after starting pitchers." I don't know. It's weird because they need it.
Who do they got like a farm system full of pitchers?
I think they're just hoping that their guys
come
back.
Their top 5 prospects are all right-handed pitchers.
All pitchers. Well, I think they're hoping that Max Fried stays healthy because I mean he's a Cy Young talent.
He's very
Strider, obviously really good. They have who's the guy who always signs like 1 to 2 year deals with him? Charlie Morton, right? He's still with them.
The White Sox bullpen was like the only good thing on the team last year. Sorry. I'm like Wonder Woman with the negative White Sox comments with my bracelets.
Oh, man. Hey, things are finally happening. We started the show saying how nothing was happening.
And we
Yeah, see, we just got to do a show every night and just
pumped
we just call it like the Twitter hours, and we just sit here, all three of us on Twitter, and talk baseball.
I'm fascinated by the Reds going after Candelario because it would make. I know they've signed a couple pitchers. They signed Emilio Pagan and Nick Martinez. You know, mid-tier, solid guys, but I have to think that they're pivoting hard to Glass now and or Cease, right? If they're not going to spend more on pitching in the free agent market, which would suck either way for the Cubs because either the Cubs or lose out to the Reds on Glass now, or the Reds get a pretty decent to good starting pitcher in Dylan Cease.
Yankees. Wow. And
Somebody else step up. Braves, come on, get Cease.
Yeah, I mean,
Dodgers. Dodgers just keep getting everybody, and then lose in the playoffs.
There's so many teams that make sense for the Braves. Really don't have a good farm system though.
They don't. Yeah.
No, they do not.
And that's the thing. You keep saying it. The Orioles are the team that makes the most sense.
And they can
like it should be the Orioles.
Yes, it should be the Orioles.
Do you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the Cubs and Mets, all like in the mid 2010s. It was like, oh, these two teams are the perfect match. The Mets have pitching. The Cubs have a whole bunch of young hitters. They match up perfectly for a trade, and they just never did it until the very end with Javi Baez and PCA. Like that just it always seemed like a perfect fit, and it just never happened.
The Braves
here's the Hall. You saw the Hall, right? So
yeah, we already talked about that. The Braves have two top 100 prospects, number 53 and number 100, and they're both right-handed pitchers.
There you go. Oh, Ken just got the last message from the agent. Total potential value is an even $100 million for Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt like those numbers, but come on. And now they got Soto in New York, Baltimore. You need more pitching. Come on, just do it. Do it.
Just do it. Come on. Well, you just gotta you have to bully the Orioles now.
Come on.
You have to keep sending him clips of C striking out the Yankees.
Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Didn't he? I feel like
where's Bob been all night tonight? Where's Bob been? I haven't heard a damn thing from Bob night.
Bob's in
timeout. Bob's in timeout.
He got muted.
Yeah, where is Bob? It's funny how Bob. Where the hell is Bob?
Where has he been? I don't see any
Bob's in timeout.
Captain Obvious fucking.
Bob got bopped on the nose like a bad dog. And
Bob's first
reactivate? Like
Bob's first tweet on Thursday is gonna be like at 6 in the morning. Arizona Diamondbacks make a big splash at the winter meeting, citing Eduardo Rodriguez. Ken Rosenthal.
He did it. They opened up the 24. Diamondbacks will open the 2024 season with the best rotation in the National League West.
Diamondbacks losing the West confirmed.
Those are your fat.
You know who I can't wait to see in the majors? Dylan Cruz.
Okay,
like that kid's gonna be really fucking good.
I'll say this.
Prospects list.
Yeah.
This is probably.
I have no idea how Bob can say this.
That's the comment of the night. Bob's watching Kings and Queens on TBS right now.
I just read that Bob tweeting it. The Dodgers can very much still sign Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and their starting rotation would be pretty damn good too.
The Dodgers have an endless pit of money. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Oh, Bob.
Means the Cubs could too.
Cubs could too. I just want Bob to keep tweeting out the most
anti-Cub shit.
Anti-Cubs. Just come on, Bob. I need you to. For all the times you're wrong, be wrong the most this time.
He's gonna literally post a dance, like him throwing down like spiking the football and dancing when Shohei doesn't sign with the Cubs.
I guarantee you, he's gonna make a snarky ass tweet when Ohtani signs.
It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna be like the Cubs who were out.
I'm here for it too.
We reported out days ago per a Cubs official.
I'm here for it. I'm definitely here. I want to see this underground beef between Bob and Jed.
Tremendous.
Just spill out into Twitter. Maybe we'll find out what Jed's burner is. Oh, when Bob does that snarky tweet, you have to read all the replies.
All the yeah.
Because whoever white knights for Jed, that's Jed's burner.
That's burner.
I wonder if Rick Hahn still goes on Twitter now.
Oh, you know it.
Dude, like the White Sox sign Fedde, and like he's the first comment, like, what a shit signing. That GM sucks.
The Aaron Bummer trades, like, wow, Han could have gotten more.
Yeah, I could have got more. That was I forgot they traded Aaron Bummer. That seems like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it sounds like 2 years ago. That's what I'm saying. So much shit happens because of the rumors, the news cycle, that it does at least keep us somewhat entertained. It gets annoying for sure, but hey, it's all entertainment.
Well, if Ohtani really does what a lot of people are reporting and he makes a decision by the end of this week, that's very cool by me. I really think, though, as soon as he goes, we're going to see some shit happen.
I'm trying to think back to last year. Let's see. I think the Cubs signed Bellinger a year ago today. So, that's what, December 6th. I think they signed Swanson a week or 2 weeks later, week and a half later.
Yeah, last year was the winter of shortstops.
The Correa, that one happened like in January because of all the fucking medical stuff. Trey Turner was the early one when he signed with the Phillies. He was like the big, like, whoa.
Yeah, like he knew where he was going. Yeah, as the season ended.
I'll say it again though. It would be hilarious if Shohei just stays with the Angels.
Yep. All right, boys. I gotta wrap this up here. Yes. So you all are welcome for us waking up the hot stove. Credit Pinwheels and Ivy for all of this. The Soto trade, Eduardo Rodriguez, that's all us. And
Candelario rumors.
Absolutely. Take full credit.
Obviously, if something big happens, we will do an emergency broadcast. We decide on what is big. Fedde did not deserve
Did
an
it make the
emergency
cut?
broadcast. No. But
it's an MVP you're talking about.
We appreciate all the super chats. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate all of you. Thank you guys for listening, commenting, joining us. Like, subscribe, share us on your social medias. That all helps the cause, fellas and lady. I know there's at least one watching. But yeah, much love. Appreciate it. Be good to each other. And we'll see you guys next week.